Legal person. Corporation is a legal what? Person. Can you imagine that? Chapter 18. I learned this as a kid. Okay, listen to a silly poker game. Can you believe it or not? Mrs. Hope had a poker game every Wednesday night. All these rich and famous people going blah, 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 blah. Well, that's what she did. So I listened to it and I said a corporation is a legal person. What a concept. You see, as we go live here on TikTok, too, we get to play the game with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about a corporation being a legal person. Can you imagine that? I learned that when I was a kid. Let's look at it. Come on. Corporation is a legal person. You see, what happens with most of us, we want the American dream. The difference is no one's teaching us step by step what needs to be done for real. So the bottom line is they take and talk about blah, blah, blah. I got an LLC in Wyoming. You don't live there. You tax where you live. See, corporation's a legal person. Let's write it down. Let's understand. Today, I think you want to get to the main or dream. I think you like to learn how to play the game to win. I think what that means to everyone is take care of your family first. Number one, it should be God, family, money. Winning the game of business. I wrote it when I was 14. I invented Car Finder. I was 12 and a half years old. I was a weird kid because I didn't like being used and abused. So I was at the library reading all the time. So understand, I want you to realize one thing. Right there's chapter 18, it's public record. Come on, look it up. Corporation's a legal person under the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. What do they say? They said a corporation's a legal what person? So let's understand. If we want to get to the American dream, we have to focus on God, family, money. That's what we have to do. See, there's no choice because what happens is we get knocked down many times. Unfortunately, in this world today, it's mean and it's cruel sometimes. And the people around you kind of rip you off sometimes too. Unfortunately, that's sad, but it just happens. So, what do? Well, the reality is if you have an LLC in a different state, they're going to audit you. They actually announced that about a month and a half ago. They're going to audit anybody who's got an LLC outside their state. All right, good morning from Texas. Good morning. Hey, the bumper sticker. Don't mess with Texas. I love that. Had an office in Arlington, all right, Fort Worth for many times, and have some fun. So I got some own, I don't own any buildings, but companies I work for own some companies there. Is that okay? See, I control everything, but I own nothing. Is that all right? Could you imagine today if you had a corporation, you controlled it all, and you're the puppet master in charge of everything, and you get to pull the strings everywhere you go? Whee! Well, that's what the goal should be. See, the goal should be to understand exactly what we're trying to do as accomplish as a goal. Is it easy? Oh my goodness, no. Why is it not easy? Because everybody around you, people around you slow you down. Good morning, Gordon, Claire, how you doing? They slow you down. How does that mean? Sometimes people have an opinion. You ever realize their opinion, all right, sounds perfect. Well, the reality is, Ronnie, it's going to be up to you what you want to do. You see, all I know today is a corporation's a legal person. Let's look at the law. The law, I'm not here to be public record or attorney or CPA. It's right there. See, I was 7.5 years old and I learned that. It's just weird stuff. Mrs. Hope told everybody at the poker game, don't listen to that piece of you know in the corner. She used to call me a piece of what? You know what? All right, Mrs. Hope, what a sheet of from hell. See, when I was born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital, okay, reality is I was born in a taxi. Mommy put me in a trash can outside the hospital. She yelled inside the hospital, baby in the trash can, went home and took a nap. Can you imagine that? I really realized that, and I read this when I was 3 years old. Isn't it nice to know that you're a piece of what in the corner, and Mrs. Hope called you that, and Mommy threw you in the trash can? That kind of sucks. So I was pissed off. As a kid, I was pissed off all the time. What did I do? I went to the library. See, all I could do is hide at the library. Being used and abused sucks. Eating up a trash can really sucks too. So I went to the library. I'd read all the time. See, Mrs. Hope read a book. She sat on the couch, and I tried to get close to read it. No, she wouldn't let me do that. I memorized every word. It freaked her out. You know, I realized every word she said. I memorized the word. I could tell the story in my head without even looking at the book. She goes, you're from another planet. Yeah. See, when you're different, people don't like you. When you correct your teachers, they don't like you. The difference is me. I created my first $1 million as a kid, but they didn't know I was a kid. See, I had a beard at 12. So at 12 years, I'm already driving a car, by the way. So I'm driving a car and I'm fine. Hey, have a great day. Okay, right? This is Cole always. It's always a great day. Well, hey, Cole, hey, God is good all the time. Always, always good, always good. You see, if we actually did what we did back in 2009, we created a community. We had 39 million millionaire people in a Puppet Master Club. 39 million people. And we're all doing the same thing and kind of like we call it the Ray Reynolds movement. Everybody had their corporation, everybody had their division process, everybody had $1 million. $1 million. Is that okay? Would you like $1 million? How many of you like $1 million today? How many? Just say yes. Just type yes. Come on, type the screen, tap the screen, hit that little button in the corner. In the corner, right? Hit that button. Who wants $1 million? Come on, who wants $1 million? It's so simple. Come on, who wants $1 million? Yes, 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 good, good, good. Someone said no, my company would. Okay, did I go good? Come on, keep on. What's $1 million? See, when you say yes, the answer is dumb. So the answer is no, no, no. You never say yes. I don't want to be a millionaire, neither are you. So let's understand, let's how to talk and walk. I don't want to be a millionaire, but I want to control it all. See, corporations receive money. They don't pay tax, so they make a profit. You got $1 million. Oh, goody. What did you do? What you did is very simple. You didn't realize you got an SS5 form. Here you go again. Here, I'm going to get it in your brains, all of your brains, 1,000 friggin' times, again and again and again. You have an SS5 form. The IRS gave that form to mommy when you were born at the hospital. When you went, wah, 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 wah. Mom wanted to take it home. Mom wanted to go home to the nursery. She painted it the right color, she hoped, based on the delivery of the baby. Is it a boy or girl? Aye. See, what happens very simple. Mommy signed that form, most of you. Now, I signed it when I was basically 14 because I was told to. I went to the social administration department and they told me to fill out a form. We walked in the door, okay? It's like we were told to get SSN when 14. Ma'am, I'm a sheep, I'm a duck, what do I do? That's what it said. It said duck or sheep. No, it said pick up the form, fill it out, turn it in, go to the counter. Now, here's my problem. I question everything. I don't like certain things, but I don't understand it and explain it to me slowly. So good morning. Hey, Jay, how you doing today? Now understand something. The SS5 form right there in front of you, okay, it gave me the ability to ask a question. My question to that SS5 form to the lady at the counter. I followed the line like the sheep and ducks. I filled out the form, told me to get in line, turn it in. Now I looked at the form and go, ma'am, this is SS5. That's an IRS form. Ma'am, you're IRS, aren't you? What? You see, here's the problem. You don't realize the SS5 form allows the employer, you have your first job, to tax your paycheck. You gave permission because mommy gave permission to the IRS to do this. You see, maybe you did yours or I did mine. I don't know. I was 14 when I filled out my form because I was told to in 1974. So understand, we had two problems. Here's Nixon takes the gold standard out, and this is August in 71. And then we had Roosevelt had the gold standard in the first place in 34. See, you want a bunch of this. You know, this is not even money. It's a Federal Reserve note. It hasn't been money for a long time. It's a Federal Reserve note. It's a legal tender. Would you like 1 million of these? It's pretty simple. So what if we did this? What if we turn around today and you took the time to listen and learn, quit scrolling, going, wee, 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 and you listen to a real coach that actually incorporated 3 presidents in the United States of America. That actually incorporates the Lakers, the Dodgers, and Clippers and Angels, and the #1 consultant worldwide, who sold more corporations or gave them away in the largest treasury in the world. By the way, that's me. 60 billion so far. How are we doing so far? How are we doing so far? So if you quit scrolling, going wee wee all the way home, and look at your SS5. Well, understand? Come on. This form here allows the government, our government, the IRS, to tax our paycheck, and we get the leftover. So if you connect the dots, you can reverse the process. What does this mean? Hey everyone, hey everybody, how you doing? Now, let's understand the Fair Lending Act. Why don't we look at the Fair Lending Act? Fair Lending, come on, this is where we get to get credit. Fair Lending Act. The Fair Credit Reporting Act. There's 2 acts to look at. So if we look at the Fair Lending Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, we can realize the process on this form allows us to reverse the process of bad credit. All right, bad credit if you want to. Okay, well, again, it's up to you. Find in you, okay? I'm always good. Always good. Thank you, Jesus. All right, so understand. This form allows us right here to put any name we want that's on the card. All right, this is very simple. Full name at birth other than above. other names you want to use. So you could actually change your name today if you wanted to, but it's up to you. You have to have a reason. Maybe you have identity theft or something. Okay. What if we took this form today in your personal wallet and looked at it? Why don't we look at it? Let's understand. It says if you're an adult, sign it immediately. Immediately. You're an adult. You got it. Sign it now, 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 now. See, the IRS gets to tax your paycheck because you signed that form and you gave them permission. Now, mommy probably did it for you when you were born. That's okay. But then maybe you did yours because did mine when I was 14. Now, watch what happens next, okay? It says flat out, all right, do not sign it until you're 18 or your first job. Now, it says do not laminate, do not carry with you, do not use for ID purposes. Because you put it on a credit application, okay, and you didn't have to, but you did it anyway. See, in the 70s and 80s, credit cards came in the mail. All it said is initiate the card. That's all it said. Late 90s, they started putting this in the applications, and they kind of broke the rules. See, they bent the rules and put the Social Security number as a requirement. Did you know if you're building your LLC, your LLP, your C Corp, your nonprofit PC, these don't ask for inquiries, gold and platinum cards? See, it's on the application. It says no inquiry will be pulled. They won't look at your personal credit if you did it right. So if we were going to build our organization, the LLC, the LLP, the C Corp, nonprofit PC, we'd probably want to get these cards because they get us up to $250,000 line of credit called a blueprint loan. So if we target the right way to get credit, we could finance the dream. So let's do it again. Come up. SS5, SSN. Do not laminate. Do not use for ID purposes. Sign it if you have a job at 18 or below. And from there, do not basically laminate, carry with you, and use for ID purposes. Here's the form that none of you paid attention to, that you need to master it and understand the Fair Lending Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You see, 80% of you have some bad credit, maybe 90%, and you're trying to hire a credit repair company. Unfortunately, credit repair is actually against the law. It's against federal law if you don't know that. The Fair Credit Reporting Act says credit repair can't collect money up front, must have a bond, be nonprofit, and register the Attorney General's office. If you're trying to do credit repair, do yourself a favor, look up the HR 9991, okay? If you do credit repair yourself, they're going to knock on your door, they're going to indict you and arrest you, like they did Daniel in the Credit Repair Club. Federal Trade Commission says it's a fraud. See, you're trying to remove a negative off your credit file. You didn't pay your creditor, which means you're a crook. Okay, don't be a crook, okay? Pay your debts. Be responsible enough to realize, oh, God doesn't open the doors for me. Yeah, you ripped off your creditors. Why would he? Okay? So don't be a crook, in other words. Don't be a crook. Got it so far? Now, we're going to compare this form, ready? All right, to an SS what? 4. Come on, I want you to understand. How we receive money matters more than anything in your life. So if we look at this right now, the SS5 equals SSN and 1040 tax return. That's how you recycle your paycheck. You get a paycheck, you're a W-2 employee, they tax your paycheck now, and you go, where's my money, Billy, where's my money? You went to the employer. He turned around and said, well, the IRS gets their cut. They get their cut, you did the work, you get their cut. See, that's how it works. Isn't that fair? Isn't that fair? See, they don't explain it to us. So I'm going to explain to you how you can get to millionaire status if you want to, but it's up to you as well. I want you to control everything and not own a damn thing. That's what I always done. I've created my first $1 billion structure at 21. Did you know I wrote this at 14? Wow. Put out there when I was 16. Winning the game of business. See, I'm the guy that's not full of doo-doo. I'm the one who incorporates the presidents of the United States of America. Wow, dude, we could have fun. All right, let's do this, okay? So the SS5 right there, SSN 1040 tax return. Your paycheck's taxed because you're a W-2 employee. They take your paycheck and then you what the what? You see that $1,000 paycheck that you thought would be $1,000 and they gave you $728? It's like, where's my money? Franco's my money. Franco's my money. Well, the reality is simple. What did they do? You could actually file a tax return, the 1040, if you have a house payment to recycle that money back in your bank account, if you know how to play. Again, that's called tax balancing. Now we're going to play the game. You're going to focus on this. Ready? Ready? Come on, come on. I want you to look at SS5, SS4, SS5, SS4. Come on, pay attention. SS5, SS4. I want you to get to the point you understand exactly what you're allowed to do with all this blah, 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 crappa, crappa, crappa. So you're going to find out I'm a real coach. Now these phonies that are out there all over the place going, wee, ay, ay, ay. I've never seen so much crap in my life. But on TikTok, 28 weeks so far. Haven't found a real coach yet. Understand? When I wrote the rules, and this is 1977, I, Ray Reynolds, as a consultant for TRW, wrote the rules on all credit cards. They fluctuated 29%. These phonies say 30. It's wrong. It's been 29% since 1977. Write it down, 29%. Got it so far? Got it? Okay. All cards fluctuate. And what happens with you, you brought the pain home. You were born in 78. Hell, I was born in 1960. How's that? Now, what happens? Realize one thing. Okay. All cards what? Fluctuate. We need the 29% rule. 29 is green, 30 is yellow. So when these phonies say 30%, it's like, what are you telling about? You want me to have my credit score in a yellow? Yellow? Are you kidding? 50 is red? They all what? Fluctuate. All cards fluctuate. Put a sticky in the back of the card. Now remember something. These cards don't fluctuate. If you lost your job today, lost your job, you had an emergency, whatever happened, jack up these suckers. Your score will never drop. Jack up these. They'll score never drop. These are unlimited up to $100,000 paid over time limit. So what happens is it gives the consumer, you, $71,000 of safety. See, you have to plan the problem. If you don't plan the problem, this world's going to kick your assets, and it does it all the time. So we're going to plan the problem. So my wife and I each have the same identical credit right here. Got it? So that means we don't have joint credit. We're not dumb people. We don't follow like dumb like most people do, unfortunately. That gives us 71,000 of safety credit. Safety credit. Got it so far? Now let's understand something. I want you to pay attention to this. I love this stuff. See, I love numbers. I've been studying numbers since I was a kid. Math and accounting and law. I love all that stuff because numbers make sense. See, when I was a kid being used and abused, everybody lies. People are full of crap. People lie like a rug, but numbers never lie. I love numbers because it makes sense. Understand? Here we have an SS4. Can you write down SS4? Come on. I'd like to create you as a certified CFO. This is an application for employee identification number. Right there, it says EIN. Now, I want you to focus on line one. Your biggest thing is understand. Now, you said CFO. You were a double CFO. Can you write it down? I'm a CFO for my family. That means I'm a husband, I'm a father, okay, and I'm a man. My job is to take care of the family. Well, let's see. I brought in my first $1,000,000 at 15. Why didn't you? I wrote this at 14. Put out there at 16. Why didn't you? I mean, what's wrong? These don't work? I don't get it. So if you want to listen to a guy that's been out there for 50 years, 6 days a week, creating 39 million millionaire coaches, 39 million people in the Puppet Master Club, that's me. Okay, let's watch. So I'd like you to understand you're a double CFO. CFO for personal. Personal, that's family. God, family, money. God, family, money. God is first. Family, money. My wife and I got married 21 years ago. 21 years ago, my wife and I became one. One under God's eyes, okay? Now, money. God, family. Now, I don't love money, but I know how to get billions. Billions. Would you like a million? Would you like 350? Would you like 3 million here? How much would you like? How much credit would you like to play the game to win? It's simple. We get to play the game because I like playing the game. I want you to focus. Okay? Let's understand focus. What does it mean? If I have a tax ID today, and my LLC, my LLP, my C Corp, my property, say, we'll break it down, I can apply for one of these. The application for the corporation says no impact to your credit. They don't pull your credit to get one of these. They don't pull your credit to get one of these. So if we were to build the structure to finance the dream, we could probably finance in and offset the taxes. See, let's write it down. Okay, if you really want to change your life, let's write down borrow money, it's not taxable. Can you write it down, please? Borrow money is not what? Taxable. So let's play the game to win. Let's understand that I helped build 60 billion of credit for my clients and myself in the last 50 years. 60 billion of credit in the last what? 50 years. Now let's understand what we get to do. I'm an affiliate, okay? Let's understand I'm a real affiliate. I'm not one of those phony coaches out there going blah 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 blah. Let me look at points and travel. My client who buys my books now he's an expert. There's so many phonies out there, it's ridiculous. Here's 1,200 cards. Would you like to play yet? I got 62 million live credit. ready to play. See, I'm serious about this. I have fun at the same time. So let's understand something. Okay? A real coach can add you to any cash card you want, personal business, and we can play and win the game if you want to win. But you have to learn how to play the game. You have to learn how to understand. What are we going to do? We're going to focus on, again, what do we do? Come on. We have SS5 form. The SS5 form is where the government is allowed to pay, tax your paycheck. That means they took your paycheck, they taxed it, you got the leftover. You did the job, but what did they do? They taxed your paycheck, you got the leftover. And so, where's my money? They gave you $728 at $1,000 check. They gave us what? $728. Where's my $1,000? Where's my money? The IRS got their cut. You got the leftover. See how it works? So understand, the only way to get it back is if you can understand the SS5. Okay, right here, SS5 here, that mommy filled out for you, or you did. You don't even know what it is until I explain it to you. Application for Social Security card. This is the SSN 1040 tax return. They tax your paycheck. Do not laminate. Do not carry with you. Do not use for ID purposes, and there it is. That number lets them track you, bond us up to 35 million apiece, and they get to tax our paycheck, and we did the job. We did the job, and they got my money. How do you get it back? You can. It's a 1040 tax return. Can you imagine today if you could understand your house payment? See, we had all the write-offs. We had write-offs all up the gazoo, okay? We had write-offs of credit cards, interest rate, school loans, cars, everything. We wrote it all off. And then they spanked us. They took it away from us. It's no fun. They give it all to us. No, stop. Never complain about rich and famous. They had it all the time. They had it all the time. Had nothing to do with you. So you not say, well, they took it all, gave it to the rich and famous. No, they didn't. They already had it. You see, if you would incorporate you today, that form there allows you to receive all your money on your tax ID. All your money in tax ID. And then you pay no tax till you're profitable. See, rich and famous people don't get paychecks. I haven't had a paycheck for 40 years. But I became a corporate billionaire started in structure, all right, and 21 years old. When I died in that coma in 2009, I was got 3.7 billion in structure. See, I don't need a paycheck. Why? Because all money is filtered to SS4. Let's write down. Let's understand. We can play the game to win if you want to win. I don't know if you want to win, but it's up to you. I need you to tap the live, and I need you to share, and follow me. Click the live button. Nick told me to do this yesterday. Do this. Click the button. Hell, I know where the button is, but click the button. I don't know. I'm on TikTok now for 28 weeks having fun. Whee! I got 73,000 followers. Yesterday, I got 300 followers in a day. In the morning, let's get more than 1,000. Let's get more. Follow. Hey, I'll teach you how to get a millionaire. A billionaire, if you want. You're not ready for a billionaire. Okay, let's watch. Can you pay attention? You ready? This is fun stuff. I love this stuff. The SS4 form, application or employee identification number, it's right there. EIN, it's right there, right there. Now, I want you to look at legal name of entity. Can you write entity? How many can write entity? Come on, write entity. Come on, now. Click the button at the top. Oh, the one on the bottom, where the hell the button is. Click it. Let's write down entity. Let's write entity. All right, I'm doing okay? Okay, entity. Now listen to the word entity. Listen very carefully. An entity is entitled to a tax ID. Entities tax ID. Entities tax ID. Entities what? Tax ID. Entities also division. Division. Let's understand this, okay? Let's understand like last year. Last year, the banks bankrupt 22,000 locations. Here's banks like, let's say B of A. B of A has branch numbers. Every branch they wanted to get rid of, they bankrupt a piece. See, a management company manages entities. Got it so far? If they have a separate tax ID, it's an entity. Got it so far? Entity. Entity equals what? Credit report. Well, now, let's write it down. An entity creates an Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Business reports, tax ID. So let's write down again. If we dissect an entity and we get a tax ID, okay, under the LLC corporations, that's called division process. Could you write down division process, please? Division process. In 1984, Ray Reynolds, this is me, Pastor Reynolds, Dr. Reynolds, hey you. I had a problem in 84. I am the king of satellite television. I'm the king of satellite television, manufacturer, distribution, retail store, and all this money. 100 million bucks. Wee! Having fun. Why not? Hell, I had 21 cars in my car collection. You ever see the car collection? I leased them out to movies and shops and magazines all the time. All these phonies would borrow my cars to take pictures. Whee! Phonies. So what happened? Well, in 84, I had a problem. They wanted me to pay $1.2 million in franchise tax fee in California. See, California wants $1,000 per entity. You got an LLC, okay, it's $1,000. Oh, you have five of those, 5,000. See, here's the problem. You got all these pieces. Maybe a Wyoming LLC. You're not in Wyoming. You're going to where? You're going to be taxed where you are. Okay, I understand. So let's do this. In 1984, I owned some Shakey's Pizzas. You ever heard of Shakey's Pizzas? 31 flavor. All right. I own some Subway sandwiches, shopping centers, and condos. I have mansions in Havasu, Big Bear, Yerba Linda. All right. Nellie, California. Oh, wee. I'm worth billions. Not me, the corporation is. They gave me this stupid letter. Sorry, dumb letter. You got to pay franchise tax fee of $1.2 million. What the blank? I don't want to pay a franchise tax fee for $1.2 million. I went to Sacramento, California. You ever heard of them? Sacramento, California allowed me, and I went there and talked to two departments and asked the question: Could I set up an entity under my LLC, my LLP, my C corps, my nonprofit PCs that doesn't pay franchise tax fee? So I wanted to get away from that $1,000 fee. I was told by two departments in California. This is Sacramento, California. Okay, I was told by two. All right. I recently tried to apply for and didn't get approved. Well, the problem, you didn't set up your credit file. That's what happens, Johnny. You didn't set up the damn file. That's what you did. Silly. Sorry, that's what you did. If you don't set up the credit file, it's not really a division. It's like a bunch of hooey, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's go back to the truth. So I got a permission, all right? I got permission, understand, from Sacramento, California to create an entity. They said modify a farm or create a farm, and we'll see if we approve it. So modify a farm or create one. That was in 1984. In 1984, it was approved. If you look at any cash application today, okay, you will see a business application allows division process. Everyone does. Everyone does. So if you would pay attention back then and now, you could have changed your life right away. See, your problem is you bring the pain home. Only silly people do that. Today, no more. So understand. If we have to realize that we, the people, our Bill of Rights and our constitutional rights and what we do, SS what? 5 SSN, tax our paycheck, get the leftover, 1040 tax return. Now they're basically taking us and doing what? They take all our write-offs away. Now we look at SS4. The SS4 allows us entity. See, when I said entity, I asked you to write down division. Entity equals division. Entity's division. Entity's tax ID. Entity is Experian, Treasury, and Equifax business reports. You see, I have 6 beautiful kids. My children, everyone has an 800 score because I've been training them since they could walk. So guess what? They don't bring the pain on them like you. I want you to stop it. Stop it. Spank yourself. Ay, 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 ay. Get mad at yourself. Come on, you screwed it up. You didn't have to. The SS4 form right here allows us per entity. So if you got an LLC, which is what? LLC is also sole proprietor. It's ridiculous. I got an LLC, Ray. I'm gonna pull draws for my kids and my dog and my cat and my fish, and I'm gonna think that 15.3% taxes or employment tax is gonna go away. Peekaboo. What a bunch of crap. An LLC is not a damn corporation. An LLC is not a corporation. An LLC is not a what? Come on, people. That's a corporation. Pay attention. Maybe today I can teach you a thing or two. What do you think? If you had an LLC, it's not a corporation. An LLP is not a corporation. If I got a C Corp, it's a corporation. It's right there. If I have an LLP, I got a no. C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit PC. There's only 4 categories that actually make a corporation as a legal person right here. But the LLC has 9 types of LLC. So you could look at this serious LLC, it's actually a corp. Did you know 8 states allow a LLC to be a nonprofit? That's a corp too. So actually, sometimes an LLC could be considered as a corporation, but I don't want you to have that either. Okay, I'd like you to focus on this. What if you could change your life today and you could quit screwing up? What if you could actually pay attention and have 18 divisions and change your life today and knock off the pain coming home to your family, which you do every day? It sucks. So corporations and legal what? It's right there, right there. Legal person. It may what? Sue or be sued. Corporations and legal what? It's right there, right there. It does not change. It is chapter 18. I learned the law when I was 7.5 years old, listening to a silly poker game. Can you imagine? All right, I'm at a poker game. No, I'm at Mrs. Hope's house. She's using and abusing the hell out of me. Okay? Nobody gave a crap. But she dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier. Okay? And people walked around while eating out of a trash can. They didn't give a shit about me. They didn't give a crap. People don't care. People care about themselves. That's about it. I've never met so many selfish people in my life. I'm 3.5 years old eating out of a trash can. Not one son of a biscuit said, "Can I help you, please?" No. So let me tell you. I fought to get out of hell. Do you understand hell? Being shot's hell. Being knife's hell. Being out of a trash can is hell. I went to the library to learn to get out of hell. Well, your problem is, ooh, that's all you do. You follow so many silly coaches is ridiculous, phony people every day. Hey, they all bought my books. Oh, good, now they're coaches. Wow, whoa, doggy. So understand. Well, I'm just going to tell you the truth. All right? I'm a pastor. You have to preach, brother. Well, the reality is simple. I'm going to do my best. Let God do the rest. Amen to that too. And we're all one thing. I'm going to follow through. God found me money. God found me money. Okay. I got good at it. Did you know I created my first $1 billion structure at 21? Wow. I got my first million at 15. Why not? I mean, come on. I invented Car Finder. I almost blew up the garage, but I invented Car Finder. They gave me a check for $1 million and a licensing fee. Did you know Car Finder became the concept of GPS? Did you know that? Isn't this fun stuff? If you could play the game, you could actually stop bringing the damn pain home. Corporations are what? Come on, it's right there, right there. The law. I'm not here to be a counter attorney. Did you know it's really weird? If you would have paid attention the first time and you would have made sure you didn't bring the pain home and understand how to connect your dots, let's do this. Today, let's say you're a W 2 employee. How much paycheck do they take every week? Figure that out. See, based on what you claim, you can actually balance your debt that way too. The other thing is, as you get your paycheck, you get the leftover, then your tax return. Make sure you own a house, please, please, please. Okay? Own a house. Because why? The house payment gives you back your money on a tax return. I'm sorry, I watch people, my clients go, "Tell me the water, don't go hell." Ay, ay, ay. That client, ay, 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 you got, hey. So thank you for TikTok leading me here. Well, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Hey, all I know is God gave me the full blueprint. All right, I got a couple of problems. My problem is I have recall on almost everything. I wrote with both hands at the same time. I rhyme sometimes too. And you know what? I stutter too because both sides go wee sometimes. So if you can deal with it crazy enough, then I have to, with me, I have to deal with it myself, and you have to deal with me. Okay? So we get a paycheck. We're going to get to the point, we're going to get millionaire status. You're going to focus. All right, you focus. Ready? I already asked you to write down division process entity. Now I want you to look right here. What does it say? Come on, right there. Or individual person. Are you a person? Are you a person? Yes or no? It's a person. So understand, rich and famous people do not get paychecks. Okay? Zuckerberg doesn't take a paycheck. Trump doesn't take a paycheck. I don't take a paycheck. Haven't had one for 40 years. If all money, good morning, Kim, how you doing? If all money was filtered to a tax ID right here, there's no tax due till you're profitable. Tax is due when you're profitable. Got it so far? Tax is due when you're profitable. So if all the money brought into the corporation, LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, brought all the money in, no taxes due till you're profitable. Now let's write it down. Okay? Debt offsets taxes. Debt offsets taxes. You'll learn more from me in one day and a whole day, like on a Saturday, and all the classes, than you'll learn in your whole lifetime. And then you'll challenge everybody you talk to. You see what happens when you talk to that CPA and attorney? They don't want you to know anything. Hell, they don't know about division process in the first place. They're some of the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. I've been studying law and accounting for 50 damn years. So understand something. When you hire an attorney to do a corporation or LLC, or incorporating service, you didn't learn diddly squat. What the hell's wrong with you? You spend thousands of dollars for a piece of paper that's free. It's in the link tree. It's in the link tree. It's in the link tree. Yes, Ronnie, debt offsets taxes. If we received all money, understand, it's in the link tree. All corporations are free. I've been giving corporations for free for 50 years. 50 years. It's in the link tree, whatever corp you want. When I started my first corporation in 1969, it cost me 10 bucks. 10 bucks. All I did is listen to a poker game. All I did is listen to Mrs. Hope in her basically poker game. She called me a piece of something in the corner. I found at the library, Torrance Library, next to the police department, that this is a legal person. So I found out a corporation's a legal person, all right, when I was 7.5 years old. I went to the library for 2 years. Do you know in 1969 I sent away 10 bucks? I didn't know what I was doing, kind of like you today. I didn't know what I was doing. I started Helping Hand Industries. Helping Hand Industries is what I did. So I sent away my 10 bucks. Then all these credit cards came in the mail. So I go, ay, ay, ay. Mrs. Hope got freaked out. She called Ted Turner, who was at that poker game. What did he do? Is he a crook? I'm 9 years old, I'm a crook. I had to explain to Ted Turner, watch, come on, watch this, please, please, please. I want you to watch this. I had to explain to Ted Turner, there's 26 ways to use the SS4, not abuse it. Can you write it down, please? All right. I was 9 years old in 1969. To answer your question. Yeah, I was 9. Went to the library, spent 10 bucks. It's impossible. I've been the impossible since I could walk. I wrote this at 14, put it out there at 16. Yeah, that was me. See, repackaging America, owning America. Yeah, I gave Don King Only in America for his book and his movie. Okay. Now, let's just understand something. Okay. All right. What did we do? All right. This form here allows entity. So guess what we got to do? I set up the corporation and came back. All these credit cards came in the mail. I had to explain to Ted Turner, you can use this, no, not 24, 26. 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. Let's write it down. If you could master the SS4 form, that's SS4. 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. Just write 26, not 24. Quit writing 24. 26 ways. Click the link, the little button in the corner. I don't know if it's up at the bottom or the top. Hey, follow me, follow me. I want to get another 1,000 followers. Come on. Click it, wherever it is. Come on, let's have some fun. Yeah, I've been having fun for 28 weeks on TikTok. I got 73,000 followers. How am I doing so far? Now, 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. Understand? Come on. So let's understand. Here's an SS4 application for employee identification number. Now, let's say that's your LLC, LLP, C Corp, you got S Corp, nonprofit PC. These are the 6 categories. These are the 6 categories you could pick for the parent company. Got it? So there's 6 of them. Got it? All 6. Now, here's Bank of America. You ever heard of Bank of America? Bank of America will give you an account number for one tax ID times 18. They'll give you one, all right, tax ID. If you have one tax ID, they'll give you 18 bank accounts of one tax ID, which equals 2.7 million of credit if you do it right. 2.7 million of credit. This is Bank of America. Got it so far? Isn't this fun? So if we learn to play the game, we could actually win. So the concept would be very simple. If we look at the SS4 form, SS4, what? How many ways? 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. So what do we do? Now that's the parent company. That's the parent company. Every entity is a division. If entity is division, the goal would be 18. Can you write down 18, please? Type 18, please, please, please. 18. So if I have my parent company tax ID right here, okay, and then I have 18 divisions, 18 entities. Write down 18, 18, 18. Come on. Each division, very carefully, I need you to pay attention. Each division can get its Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax cash reports. Each division gets its own credit reports. I have 6 kids, 5 girls and a boy. I have 13 grandkids. Every one of the kids have an 800 score, 800 score. So if you have kids, they have their credit files, right? So this means I want you to kind of relate to this. If your corporation, LLC, has children, they're divisions. They have their own credit file. Their own what? File. Now, understand how it got set up. 1987, the credit file that allows tax ID, I established that at TRW. I'm a consultant for TRW back then. Remember, I'm the guy that came from 77 to 27%, 28% rule. What happened? The oldest card, 1977, oldest card. We wanted to look at numbers. Numbers never lie. So the oldest card is important to us. That's important. The next thing is 29%. When you watch these phonies out there saying 30% that think they do credit repair, it's a joke because credit repair is against federal law. You have to be registered with the Attorney General's office. You must be a nonprofit. You can't collect money up front. And if you're trying to remove your bad credit because you're a crook, you don't want to pay your creditor. That means you're a damn crook. So understand something. If you're a crook, God's not going to open the doors for you. You're probably going to run out of gas, have a flat tire. All right, so we look at this. Well, this is 29% roll. We put a sticky behind every card. 29%. Got it so far? As we play this game, we're going to basically tell you the truth. It's fair, it's simple. All right. So if I'm at 29%, it's green. The phonies put 30%. That's never been 30. I wrote the rules in 77. Now, remember, all cards fluctuate. Let's write down all cards fluctuate. But these don't fluctuate at all. These don't fluctuate. All cards but two. If you lost your job today, had an emergency, you jack up these suckers, your score would never drop. You'd maintain at 750. At 750 the whole life, your whole life 750. Okay, you would never drop your score at all. These don't fluctuate. Got it so far? My wife and I have separate credit. We're not dummies. We have the same cards right here. We maintain an 846, and our credit is boring as hell. Boring as hell. American Express does not fluctuate, so write it down. Now, if you had a tax ID, the American Express business card, gold or platinum, does not pull an inquiry. Isn't that fun? For every tax ID you would have as a division, you could have a credit file for Experian, Trendro, and Equifax. You could build credit to finance the business in the dream. See, what happens mostly, I'm sorry, you took your money that's taxed right here, you took your tax paycheck right there, and you started your business. That's okay, I'll give you that. Would you take your money from your family to run your business, look in the mirror and say, I'm dumb, da dum, dumb, dumb, dumb? That's what it is. You're dumb, dumb, okay? Sorry. If you took the tax ID and you built 18 divisions, each division has its own credit file. Got it so far? So if we dissect the form, 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. Remember that. Okay? We take the SS4 form, application, identification number, EIN, that's to the parent company. That could be the LLC. That could be the LLP, which are not corporations at all. They're not corporations, they've never been corporations. So what happens? Very simple. Corporations, a C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit PC. Now, I don't want you to go as crazy as I did. Okay, this represents 2.2 billion. See, I became a corporate billionaire, all right, structure at 21 years old, not me. I'm a puppet master. I don't own a damn thing. I'm not dumb enough to put something in my name. In my 21 card collection and going to the Bonaventure for 32 years, Orange County, Ontario, Long Beach, 32 years, being the second largest advertiser in California, not full of crap, incorporating presidents of the United States of America. That's me. I won the award for that. That controls 1,013 divisions. Maybe you'll want to get to millionaire. I just like billionaire. I want to go for trillionaire next. So guess what we need to do? If we play the game to win, you can learn how I actually got to corporate millionaire to billionaire and wrote all the books. I've written 67 books so far. So go back to SS5, tax, paycheck, leftover. Oh crap, where's my money? You always got their money. The SS5, SSN 1040 tax return. It says do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and don't carry with you. It's right on the damn card. But you didn't know what an SS5 is because mommy did it for you. Mommy did it at the hospital. It's federally mandated if you don't know that. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, what happens? Very simple. The government says the hospital must sign an SS5 form for mommy to go home. They mandate it. Mommy's got to sign that form for everybody. They have no choice. So the bond, don't understand, our government bonds us for 35 million apiece. We're bonded up to 35 million apiece. Understand that. So our government forces the hospital to do the time of birth and the time of you know what. That's what it is. So the bond is in place the moment we're born and sign that piece of paper. Mommy signed the paper. You got your job. You didn't even know what an SS5 form is until I brought it up to you and go, what's that? What's that? Well, why don't you connect your dots? Come on, people. Isn't it about time you understand how it works so you can reverse the process of crappy credit? You're not even supposed to put it on an application. You did it anyway. The Fair Lending Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You can reverse the process of bad credit if you want to, but you have to still pay your debt. You can't be a crook. You can't be a crook. Oh, no, repair my credit, remove the negatives, and not pay my bill. Well, that's why you have a flat tire and you run out of gas. God doesn't open doors for people like that. Don't be a crook. So remember your paycheck. Okay, let's understand. We're going to play. This is our farm we're going to play with today. If I got an LLC, I want 18 divisions. 18. Why 18? 18 divisions create $100,000 of income. 18, let's write it down. Division process, write it down, understand. If I have an entity or an individual person, here it is, a person, okay? You could have 3 divisions of you. Did you know your credit file could have started by a tax ID versus an SSN? Because you didn't learn to pay attention. That's when you play. Come on, let's pay attention. It's fun. We can use this form 26 ways to use it and not abuse it. I explained that to Ted Turner when I was 9.5 years old. I had to because I got all the credit cards in the mail. Yeah, I know what I was doing as an amateur like you. Okay, tap the light, share the light, push the button, where the button is. Nick said do this. Is it up there or is it down here? Woo, let's push the damn button. Let's have fun. Hey, I just want another 1,000 followers. That's all I want. Come on. Follow, follow, follow. I'll change your life if you allow me to. So here's the application, employee identification number, EIN. There's your LLC, LOP, C Corp, nonprofit PC. You got 6 categories. Pick one. Only 4 are corporations. Now, here's a legal name of entity. Entity means division. If you have a division under the corporation or LLC, you have a credit file. I established the files in 1987, being a consultant for TRW. Isn't that fun? TRW became Aspire in 96, if you don't know that. So if we play the game to win, every division can get its own what? Tax ID. Now, understand, that means one thing. Every application for Gold or Platinum American Express cards, it says they don't run a credit report. They don't do an inquiry. Why don't we go after a bunch of gold cards or platinum cards? Let's go get the money to get the honey. Would that be okay? We get the money to get the honey. Okay, well, let's watch. Come on. Now, I need you to pay attention to this one. I love that. You see this? You see or individual person? Do you see the word or individual person? Yes or no? Yes or no? The SS5 is where you get your paycheck. You got tax. Iris got their cut. You got the leftover. That's what SS5 is. So you wrote down SS5 to understand, in case you didn't understand. The SS5 form, mommy signed it at the hospital when you were born. I signed mine in 74 because I was told to. Now, the SS5 here, I asked her, is that the IRS? She said, no, we're not the IRS. The SS5 form is an IRS form if you don't know this. IRS. They tax your paycheck. It said do not laminate, do not do our purposes. So the SS5 got the application for Social Security card right here, right here. It says if you're 18 or sign it if you have a job or sign as an adult. Do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and don't carry with you. It's right on the card. See, you didn't pay attention to the cards in your wallet or purse. You're not even supposed to carry with you. It's not even your damn card. Now, this is very simple. Social Security number, SSN 1040 tax return. They tax your paycheck, you got the leftover. You recycle the paycheck, getting your money back by having a house payment. You only write if you have anyway. Or what do we do? Now, understand. If I got an SS4 form, 26 ways to use it and not abuse it, write it down again. I'm allowed for the parent company application social Security administration, right here. This is application for employer identification number, EIN. That's my LLC. If I have 18 divisions, each division could have its own tax ID. That means I have 18 sets of credit reports. That means I have 18 chances to try. As long as I'm trying, I'm not dying. If I'm not trying, I might as well give it up. Okay? Every bank has a branch number. Every bank bankrupts a branch number. They stay in business in front of you. Every city does the same thing. The United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 corporations, okay? And then they have states. Then every state has cities. Every city is a what? Corporation, by the way, not. Every city is what? Corporation? Every city has a separate tax ID. They created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under bankruptcy code for cities just for that purpose. They're planning the problem, and you're going, "Woo, your problem is you don't plan at all. You get your assets kicked all the time because you don't pay attention to a guy that can actually change your life, which is me. And I'll change it starting today to make sure you understand how to play my way, because your way sucks. Did I say that out loud? Your way sucks? It does. Okay. So now I want you to watch entity times 18. Now, once you see the word or what? What does it say? Well, come on, right there, right there, right there, right there. Individual person. Your name could be there. You could have a division of your name to set up a credit system that actually replaces you in the first place, and you could do that too. But it's up to you. If you receive money under the tax ID, no paycheck is taxed because there's no check. So understand, if I have my way with you, Your LLC will become an S corp. All the money is filtered to S, single filing, all to S. S says reasonable compensation. If all money came to an S corporation, no taxes due till you're profitable. You know what? Till you're profitable. You don't have to worry about that 15.3 blah blah tax, the LLC crap that they talk about all the time. You don't have to worry about what? Wyoming Corporation, LLC. It's a joke. It's ridiculous. You will be taxed in the state you live in, period. You have no choice. Where you live is where you're going to be taxed. Wyoming doesn't do a damn thing for you unless you live in Wyoming. So, your name right there. Do you see it again? Or individual person. You see right there, right there, right there. So you could have a division of yourself that allows you a set of credit files under tax ID. Under tax ID. Everything comes into the corporation tax ID. No taxes due to your profitable. No taxes due to what? Profitable. Okay? Debt offsets taxes. Let's write it down. Debt offsets taxes. Debt offsets what? Taxes. So debt can offset taxes. Borrow money is not taxable. We go get this. This is $1.3 million. We could finance the business, offset the taxes, and not pay a tax at all until we get a paycheck. The reason we want S corporation, or in my opinion, you get to design your paycheck. Let's write it down. Design paycheck. S corporation lets the money flow through you. Well, again, and when it's profitable. No, S corp doesn't let it all flow through you. Sorry, I stutter. Once in a while, it gets stuck. The brain goes, ah. So, the S corporation allows it to receive money. It's single filing. The money that flows to you would be your paycheck. Okay? Well, now understand. If your paycheck paid all your bills and you broke even, no taxes due. So if I had a reasonable paycheck and I needed $10,000 a month and I paid all my bills and I broke even, would that be okay? You see, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you're doing it backwards. No entrepreneur ever made money and kept it. No, they don't make it because you're trying to make an LLC do business and the LLC should own businesses. That's how rich and famous people do it. Okay, because I said no. I created my first billion at 21 structure. And I'm the coach for Rich and Famous, by the way, if you don't know that. Presidents, Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers and Angels too. You might want to listen to a guy that actually has done the work. Not all these phony coaches have little pieces. Whee! Ridiculous. Okay, they buy my books, they get my books, and they're coaches. It's 29% people, not 30. Okay, so let's pretend. You're going to pay attention. You ready? You ready for the next one? Come on. Now watch this. Come on. I love this stuff. Numbers never lie, only people do. Got it so far? Numbers never lie, only people do. All right. This is banking and credit purposes right there. Banking what? I told you there's 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. So banking purposes. Banking what? So I'm not here to be safe an attorney, but I want to teach you to play the game, and I want you to go get your money. Okay? So the S Corp can pay my pool guy. Hell no. You're going to pay the pool guy your paycheck. What, are you being stupid or what? Larry, you're not stupid. Why are you saying stupid things? Okay? Come on. All right, the S Corporation pays you, and you pay all your bills. Got it so far? That's how it works, okay? Your house payment offsets your taxes. So, Larry, let's not be dumb, okay? Let's pay attention, okay? All right? So then you have to go play with Curly and Moe, all right? Let's play the right way, okay? So, again, your paycheck. That's like saying you get a paycheck from your job, your W-2, and I got to pay my pool guy. Hell, you got to pay your pool guy. What are you, dumb? The bills get paid. Ay, ay, ay. There's always some clown having blah, blah, blah. All right? Banking purposes. Got it so far? Banking what? Purposes. So if we compare, now I want you to compare the two now. You ready to compare the two? Okay, you ready to compare the two? Okay? So let's compare the two. So what do we do? Come on. Here's the SS5, application for Social Security card. All right, I get a paycheck, I'm taxed. And I still got to pay my pool guy. What a dumb statement. Okay? But again, I have to pay. They took my money. I got a $1,000 check. I got $728. That's it. It was my money. Still got to pay the bills. So what happens? So the SSN 1040 tax return. If you have a house payment, it's 24 years of interest only. It recycles your paycheck. You get your money back. Got it so far? Your money's going to come back. That's how it works. That's how it always works. As we get our money back, you recycle your paycheck. So let's understand something today. Let's play the game to win the game of business. And then let's call the office later today, talk to a specialist, and let's get hold of me on the phone and let's have some fun. Let's get you a coaching call. Okay. Now, here's the SS4 application employee identification number EIN right there. Again, it says entity is division or individual person. So if I have my LLC with 18 divisions, each division can have its own credit file. If a division screws up, what's going to happen? What happens if a division screws up? Same thing as the bank did. What would they do? Come on, understand. They would file a bankruptcy. You see? Oh, understand. If we want to make sure we don't bring the pain home, we have to understand how it works. So that means if my division is in trouble, that means like your banks. Last year, banks bankrupt 22,000 locations. 22,000 locations did what? They filed bankruptcy on branch numbers. Every branch has a separate tax ID. Got it so far? So your choice will be in the future. Do you bankrupt your SS5 and your family, you, SSN, or the tax ID? Who files bankruptcy? So I'd like you to write down, I'm willing to sacrifice my division, not my corporation or my family. Can you write that down? I'm willing to sacrifice what? My division, not my corporation or my family. Can you write that down, please? Now, please write it down. I want you to make sure you understand how to do this. See, I want you to make sure you understand more than anybody in your life. When you talk to a CPA and a corporation and an attorney, you're going to know how to play my way. Good morning, Mindy. How you doing? I'm having fun. So guess what? Click the button. I don't know if it's up or down, up, down. Nick says it's up here. Click the button. Give me 1,000 followers. Whee! Or down there, whatever the hell the button is. Okay, click it. Let's have some fun. We get to play the game. We get to win. Isn't that the goal, to win the game? I want to win the game. I want to play the game and win. Is that okay? All right. So click the button, all that good stuff. Now, what happens again? If I have, and I compare the two, this is what I have to do. I have to remember my SS5 got my paycheck taxed. The IRS bonded me for $35 million apiece. They didn't explain it to me. My SSN 1040 tax return. I get my money back to a tax return if I have a house payment versus leasing a building to make someone else's rich. My SS4 is the application employee identification number for my LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit PC. And if I have a division, I can create a tax ID for divisions and separate credit reports. I can also do it for me personally. So I can personally have a what? A form for banking and credit purposes. I can make sure my name's on the form as well. I can set up a credit file for myself if I want to under the SS4, and I can play the game. Bank of America will take one tax ID and give you 18 divisions. They'll give you 18 bank accounts for the same one. They'll give you up to 100 if you want to. If I put my debt under my wife's name, why would you do that? Why would you hurt your wife? Okay? I don't get it. Why would anybody? A man has to be a man, a father, and a husband. Don't put the debt to your wife. That's ridiculous. Why would you do that? Okay, why don't you man up and take care of your own damn debt? Let your wife be the CFO to control the goodies and make sure she does it right. Again, that's what you should do, in my opinion. But again, what do we do? Application employee identification number, EIN, no problem. My name can go there. I can have 18 divisions. I could play, in the SS5 and SS what? My paycheck's tax, they didn't explain it to me? You have to learn the hard way too. Okay. What do? I've been studying law and accounting since I could walk. The application for the employer identification number, that's LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit PC. If I want entities, right here, it allows me tax ID. That allows each entity to have its own credit files. Aspiring, charge, or Equifax, that would be the goal. That would be the goal to play. From here, it's your own name right there, right there. You could actually have a division of yourself right here, or you could receive money under the tax ID versus the SSN. Rich and famous people get money to the tax ID, so that's why they don't need paychecks. See, when they say they don't need a paycheck, because they don't. They don't need paychecks. You see, paychecks means you're taxed. Who the hell wants a damn paycheck? There's no reason for a paycheck. Okay, if you got all the money going to the SS4. But again, this is up to you as well, how you want to play this game. See, LLC should not do business. They should own businesses. LLP, same thing. C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit. See, no one does what you're trying to do. You're all trying to start your LLC to do business, which doesn't make sense because rich and famous own companies versus doing what you do. And what you're going to do is bring the pain home. 99% of businesses fail, trying because they're running out of money. If you had the money per division, I don't think you run out of money. What do you think? You could actually turn around and get checkbook money at the bank, up to 150s per bank account. You can get up to 350 on even 8 cards. There's no interest for up to 22 months. Hell, let's do that. Let's play to win the game. It's simple. So again, this is banking and credit purposes. All right, only formula allows it per entity. Per entity. When you compare the two, you have to decide if you want to be a duck or a sheep, or you want to go get the American dream. A corporation's a legal what? It's right there. It's right there. Corporation, a legal person that may sue or be sued. I'm not here to be an attorney. I don't want to do that at all. But I will tell you, an LLC and LLP are not corporations. C corp, S corp, nonprofit, PCR. So if your LLC became an S corp, you could actually get a paycheck. You could design your paycheck based on your lifestyle. That's why the S corporation says reasonable compensation. All right, that's what I would say you to do. But again, you do what you want to do. Go for it. What happens is you blank hits the fan. You say, oh, come on. If all of a sudden blank hits the fan, what did you do to you? You did it to yourself, people. Come on. Your SS5 is SSN in 1040. And you don't even know what that is until I explain it to you. That's ridiculous. Explain more. I'm going to if you pay attention. So what happens? All of a sudden, the employer, your Social Security card, again, it says full name at birth other than above. You could use your name, any name you want to use, okay? If today you had a reason to change your name, you could do that. It would start a new credit file. But that does not relieve you from your debts. Don't be a damn crook. Do not hire a credit repair. How do you get a paycheck from your employer? Well, you're getting one from your employer now. I don't get a paycheck. All right? I'm a real entrepreneur, okay? I don't get a paycheck. I've had one for 40 years. Why would I want a paycheck? See, the LLC should be an S corp. Then you can figure out how to get a paycheck or compensation. Then your K1 and everything else, and your accountant, it separates all your liabilities, and you get to break even, and that's how you play the game, if you wanted to play. But again, and what do you do? So the SS5, SSN, Social Security number, there it is right there. You didn't pay attention. None of you did. Isn't that terrible? Let's compare SS5, SS4. What do you think? I get one of these suckers and then I'm in trouble. I get one of these and it controls my credit, which is not supposed to. Under the Fair Lending Act, it's not supposed to do that, or Fair Credit Reporting Act, but it does. Because I'm dumb enough to put it on an application, because I'm told to, because I have to. The S is 4 times 18 divisions and more. If all of a sudden something goes right or wrong, now let's compare the two. Come on. Here's where you never paid attention, SS5, SSN. Now you're going to connect your dots and understand how it works. Get a paycheck, get tax, W-2 employee. W, what? SS4, application or employee identification number, legal name of entity, individual person, huh? So all of a sudden, we decide to build credit and debt under tax IDs and division process. Understand? The division process. So you're going to learn more from me than you ever learn in your life. I'll guarantee that. And what do you go to class on Saturday? Real classes. 5 of them. But they're free. Have been for 50 years. I've been writing checks for millions of dollars on radio, TV for years. I decided to try TikTok, literally, all right, 28 weeks ago. TikTok, TikTok, wee! Everybody's scrolling, going, wee, 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 all these phony coaches. All right. What if you have a problem? Thank you for joining the club and that fun. Tap the live, up here, wherever the hell the live is. Share, share, share. Give me 100,000 followers today. Come on, I want to get there. I'm trying to get there. I hear I get a bonus when I get 100,000 versus 73 in 28 weeks. Okay, now what happens? Come on. What happens if everything goes wrong? You, husbands, fathers, all right, and what? Men, man up. What? Simple. We have to. We have to provide for our family. You got a wife, dog, a cat, and a fish. You got to take care of the kids. Ladies, same thing. What if something goes wrong? You bankrupt you. Why would you do that? Why would you ever bankrupt you when it could have been a division? All right, literally. Yeah, go to class. You'll feel a lot and have fun. All right. You get the man up, woman up. Oh, yeah, let's go get it. Come on, people. There's no reason to bring the pain home ever, 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 ever. Every entity is entitled to its own credit report. Every bank bankrupted a location last year, 22,000 of them. They bankrupt locations. Ow, ow, ow. Cities have Chapter 9 bankruptcy in front of you. It's about time you pay attention instead of going, woo, woo, woo. That's all you do. Sorry. Write it down. I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not the corporate, my family. Write this down, please. I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not my corporation or my family. Can you write it down? I'm going to do it one more time. I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not to corporate my family. Can you write it down? Come on, people, write it down. If you don't learn the process of this and plan the problem, you're going to get your asses kicked again and again. You do it all the time. You bring the pain home, which is ridiculous. Why would you do that? Why would anybody hurt their family? It's called dumb, da da dum dum, dumb dumb. I don't get it. Every entity gets its own credit file. Every entity can have its own 300,000 ink cards. Every entity can have a damn checkbook money. Tax IDs are good. Play the game 26 ways. So banks last year bankrupt, listen carefully, all right? They bankrupt what? 22,000 locations last year alone. They bankrupt right in front of you. You didn't pay attention, did you? Now, cities have filed bankruptcy on 11 so far, and they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy because they played the game to win. They played the game to win. So if I bankrupt a division, come on, come on, come on. Here's the goal. Understand something. I can bankrupt a tax ID. I can bankrupt an SS5 SSN, which is me or my family. Stop it. It's ridiculous. Why would anybody bring the pain home? Why would anybody ever bring the pain home? There's no reason to. Why would they do that? If I screw up, it's going to be a division. I'm a damn puppet master. Okay, I'm a puppet master. Okay, so guess what? This is Bank of America, one tax ID with 18 bank accounts. One tax ID, 18 bank accounts. What? It can represent up to 2.7 million of credit. 2.7 million what? One tax ID, 18 bank accounts. Is that okay? See, if we played the game, we could play to win the game of business. Why? I wrote it when I was 14. Isn't it about time you pay attention to the guy who wrote the damn book? They invented car find at 12 and a half years old. Whee! Hey, I put it out there when I was 16, driving a Lamborghini Countach. Bum, bum, bum. Don't worry, you'll see part of my car collection. There's only 21 cars in the car collection at the time. Every car is a division. Because someone wants to slip and fall and sue me, they can what? Hey, you can sign some of my books. You'll see my Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Aston Martins, and Mercedes too. Wow, dude. I lease them out to movies and magazines all the time. See, you could play my way if you want to. Tap the live, share, 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 and give me 1,000 followers now. What do we do? Come on. If I was to bankrupt me, it hurt my family for 7 to 10 years. Why would I create debt to myself being dumb? Why would I have more debt than I could handle? Why would I back myself in a corner? And all I have to do is remember Ray Reynolds, the Godfather credit, all right, set up the rules in 77, a fluctuation, 29%, not 30, these phony coaches. Oldest card, fluctuation, 29% rule. All cards fluctuate, but these two don't. We get these cards. These are the ones we jack up in emergency. If we did that correctly as a personal life, we'd have never hurt our score at all. We'd maintain 750 score. Gold and platinum cards don't fluctuate. So my wife's card's the same thing. We have identical. Why? We don't share credit. We're not dumb enough to have joint credit because that's only dumb people do that. Why would you bring the pain home when you never had to? Well, you knew. It reminds me when I was working with Bill Cosby before I found out he was a dirtbag. Well, you knew with the cookie. Hey, I incorporate rich and famous people all day long. It's fun. All right, they learn to hire a guy like me. Why we get to play? Now, understand, every American Express card for a business under tax ID, there's no inquiry. No what? Inquiry. So let's have some fun. Keep putting us on the, please. Oh, I don't know what that means, PLZ. What does that mean, Mindy? I'm just trying to help you and to play the game, have some fun. See, you got to realize, I like to play at it because I don't want you to be too serious because I don't want you to stress out. You're already stressed out. You're so stressed out, you're just like, ah! What if we can hold your hand and sing Kumbaya? Okay? So we get to play the game. The SS4 form wants your SSN. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay. It's no, 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 see, stop. Here's an expert. Oh, he's going to be an expert. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love those. I love those experts that don't know crap. You see, the form wants to know the bookkeeper. I mean, come on, let's use some common sense. Okay, they want to know who's signing on behalf of the entity. Read the damn form. I don't like dumb. I just bothers me. I don't like dumb at all. Because why? You're signing this on the behalf of, and what is that? Come on, come on. This is just, I mean, I hate to point you out being stupid, but you're just being stupid. Sorry. Okay? Whom EIN is being requested. See, they requested, pay attention, all right? Because I don't want dumb, da da dum dum, dumb, 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 to confusing people. S is for application employee identification number. Entities 18 divisions, because that's what I said. I want 18 divisions. And I want you to put your name right there 3 times. It says, for whom is he being requested? You're a damn bookkeeper. So knock off the crap. Got it so far? I don't like phonies, okay? I get tired of people and their damn opinions when they don't. Why would anybody give an opinion when they don't know crap? I don't understand dumb, to be honest. I don't know. It just pisses me off to no end because I have an IQ off the friggin' chart. I got recall. I write with both hands at the same time. I stutter once in a while. And guess what? I even rhyme too. Put up with it. Don't be a damn, you're a coach, my butt. Okay? It's like Ryan, you got my books. Come on. Let's pretend not to be a coach. Okay? S is 5, S is 4. We're going to do what? We're going to do what? We're going to do what? What I want you to do. My way works, your way sucks. Isn't that terrible? Your way sucks. It's just the truth. I like a corporation. The law book right there, public record, public record. Come on. Public record right there. A corporation is the legal person. An LLC is not a legal person. An LLC's never been a legal person. It's a limited liability company, a fed off a sole proprietor. That's why they talk about the 15.3% tax, unemployment tax. Because the LLC's not. It's a damn joke. You got it in Wyoming, you're not in Wyoming. You're aware in Texas, they're going to tax you in Texas or Utah, Arizona, California. You're taxed where you receive the money where you live. That's a bunch of hooey. All the money you piss away, get an LLC in Wyoming, you don't live in Wyoming. I don't get it. Here's your choice. If I got a problem, who's going to bankrupt? Come on, we know one thing. The only way to stop a pain when you can't pay the bill is a bankruptcy. Let's write down automatic stay. Come on. Automatic stay. Can you write it down? Automatic stay. Let's write down Federal Protection Act. Come on, it's public record, not here to be seeping attorney. It's right there. Automatic stay, Federal Protection Act. Write it down. Come on, write it now. I'm not going to do anything else until you write it down. I'm not going to do anything else until you write it down. Write it down now. No. You have to write it down. See, I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not the corporate of my family. You've been sacrificing your family so damn long, it's ridiculous. Why would you ever bring the pain home? Yeah, I didn't get a family. I got screwed over. I got born in a taxi, thrown in a trash can as a baby. It pissed me off when I read that letter from my mommy. I'm not what? I'm not worthy because you're a billionaire family. You're shit. I'm a bastard. What? Oh my goodness. I got pissed off as a kid, went to the library to study law and accounting and numbers. I want out of hell. I want out of hell so bad. I want to read everything I can because I can only count on one thing, me. I count on me because I don't count on anybody else because it's God and family money. See, most people full of duty as far as I'm concerned. I couldn't trust a damn person as a kid. All they do is lie. Numbers never lie, only people do. Numbers never lie, only people do. Got it so far? So I didn't like you to have a trash can. When I was basically eating out of a trash can in Redondo Beach Pier, all these grown-ups walked by and didn't pay attention. They saw me. They didn't give a crap. They didn't give a crap that a 3-year-old kid eating out of a trash can was hungry. They offered to help me? Hell no. They didn't give a crap. Got it? I had to get out of hell. God, me, family, God, family. That's it. Get off your butt and learn to play my way because guess what? Your way sucks. Isn't that terrible? So I'm going to bankrupt a division, never the corporation or my family. I'm not going to be dumb. I'm allowed to use the United States of America Incorporated rules and tools and make sure I protect my family every step of the way. Why would I bring the pain home? Nobody should. Nobody should ever bring the damn pain home. Why would they do that? Lack of knowledge. The lack of knowledge is our dumbness. We're not dumb people, but we follow dumb all the time, don't we? We follow dumb, dumb. Come on, people. The American Express card, under every application for business, says no inquiry required. No inquiry going to be processed for a gold card. Yeah, your way sucks. Isn't that terrible? So what do we do? Come on. If I get one of these cards, pay attention. They are going to give me up to $250,000 line of credit. Line of credit. What are you going to do with the money, honey? Well, the bottom line is I want you to do auto income. I mean, I'm sorry, your way sucks. There's also a Ray Rollins University right here. Every card. Whee! Here's $1.3 million. Isn't that fun? Every card in my hand is worth $100,000 paid over time limit. Well, okay, let's not drop them. Here's three. I'm gonna drop them. Here's 600,000. Here's 900,000. Okay, and here's 1,000,003. Wow. So if every one of these cars is entitled up to 250 of a loan, why wouldn't I go get the loan? Why would I not buy a business that basically an LLC can own a business? Why don't I do like rich and famous people do? Maybe you want to join. Maybe you want some fun too. Okay. This is Patreon. Why? Because you get to subscribe and then you get to get some courses and you get some workbooks with me. Now you study with me. I'm going to have fun. I got 39 million millionaire puppet masters. 39 million. You want to help me make it 40? 40 million people before I died in that last damn coma? Ay, 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 ay. That's how it is. So we get to play the game. So follow me on TikTok. Follow. Pick that whatever the button is. Whee! I don't know. Nick, is it up here or is it up here? Where's the button? Let's push the button. Let's give me 1,000 followers. Wee, all the way home. Why not? Follow on TikTok. This is Ray Reynolds, the Blueprint Live. Let's begin the show. Let's get ready to go. We get to play. Now, this is educational contact only, not legal, tax, or financial advice. Results may vary because you might be lazy. Don't be lazy, please. Please don't be lazy. Please don't be lazy. Please don't be lazy. I want you to understand how to play. All right. I want you to change your life starting today. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. My way. Now, I know you're going to give me a sad story. Oh, nobody cares. Nobody gave a crap about me. I mean, nobody gave a crap at all. I'm in a coma at 3 or 7 years old right here. I was crippled in life. 7 years old, I'm crippled from a damn coma. I begged God to let me walk. He did. So what did I get to do? Then I get to break world records. That's only 13 feet in the air, kicking out the lights, having fun. See, what made you jump? Well, yeah, we do. Only dummies say we don't. See, being a Christian's way of life, not a moment in time. There's me in a coma in 2009. You like goodies? Who likes goodies? I could show you basically my mansions in Malibu. All right, so not Malibu, Yorba Linda, California, Big Bear, Havasu. Yorba Linda, kind of fun. Nellie, California, too. You see, you always ask how I'm doing. I'm going to say one thing. Always good, always good. Thank you, Jesus. Jesus is not a drive-through, ladies and gentlemen. Being a Christian's a way of life, no moment of time. It's the hardest thing ever to do. My race boats, my yachts, my goodies, my goodies, my goodies. But remember, for me, it is God, family, money. It's always has been. God, family, money. My wife and I became one 21 years ago. That's right. I have 6 beautiful kids, 5 girls and a boy. They have their own credit files. They have 800 scores. So does my wife and I. So does our division. So does our corporations. So does our entities. We have a bad piece, we throw the sucker away. We keep our good pieces. See, your problem is you didn't learn to play. Sorry, that's your problem, not mine. Today, you can learn to play with me if you want to play. God, family, money. I don't love money, but I know how to get millions and billions. Isn't that fun? Millions and billions and billions? Now, here's what I'd like you to do today. I'd like you to replace yourself. I'd like you to stop bringing the pain home. Can you do that for me? I'd like to help you get $100,000 a month to your LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, or PC. I'd like to give you 100,000 income. I'd like to get you to be a puppet master. I'd like your organization get $100,000 a month income. I'd like you to be an S corp eventually and get a paycheck and offset your taxes and break even. Is that okay? Is that okay? That's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to play the game to win. I get to play the game. I get to play with you. Isn't that fun? 39 million millionaire puppet masters before I died in the coma. Why don't we get to 40 million? Why not? Let's get that Ray Reynolds movement going again. It was fun having the Ray Reynolds movement. Everybody do what I told them to do. They got to billionaire, millionaire status. Oh, wow. If I get you to listen, it'd be kind of fun. What do you think? We could actually play. All right. Here's the goal. Replace yourself. I'd like you to look in a mirror later today. In a mirror. I'd like you to look at yourself, say you're fired, and you hired me. Is that okay? That's what I'd like you to do. Okay? Then I'd like you to look at my race cars, race motorcycles, and boats. Bum, 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 bum. I was born on the 8th. My favorite number is the 8th because I was born. Okay. So we get to play. Remember, we're going to play the game to win. Replace yourself. What happens next? Okay. I'd like you to basically do a couple of things. Ready? I'd like you to turn around and remember a couple things for yourself as we do this, right? I'd like you to make a promise to yourself. Could you do that? Could you promise yourself today, please? Could you share, share, share? Tap the live, tap the live, tap the screen. Give me some hearts. I can see. I give myself some hearts. And that I like me. I always like me. I just don't like people because they suck. Most people are terrible people. Ay, ay, ay. I stay at the library instead. Oh, because I get to learn my numbers. Law and accounting, isn't that fun? Okay, let's make a promise. Today, you're going to make a promise to yourself. You got it so far? I want you to write this down. If you take a picture, your cell phone's smarter than you, then your cell phone's left brain, right brain, probably no brain. Sorry, that's just the way it works. If you'd write it down, you actually would record it. The way that God made us is to listen to our eyes, ears, and feeling, our hands, everything else. So if we do this correctly, we can record this mentally, and this is where it's going to change your life, okay? So we're going to write down, I am a puppet master in training. Write it down, please. I own nothing and control everything. I have 18 divisions under my organization. All right, 12 months from now, I will have 100,000 of income, period, per month to the organization. I will have a reasonable paycheck. That's why I want your LLC to be an S corp because it says receive a reasonable paycheck to offset your taxes and break even. Is that okay? All right. I will receive my paycheck and get my money back that the IRS took from my paycheck being a W 2 employee because now I have a house payment recycling my payment. I will do tax balancing, not tax evasion. I will never bring the pain home again, not allowed to. I will honor God, I'll honor my wife. Can you write that down for yourself, please? See, if you wrote that down, be honest with you, you could change your life today. All kidding aside, if you wrote that down and you mentally understand this, you have your LLC, 18 divisions, become a C Corp, no, S Corp. C is double tax, to be honest with you. So if you did it this way, you could focus to be a puppet master. When you roll the dice from now on, it's a division, it's not your family. You cannot hurt your family ever again. This is not acceptable. Unfortunately, in this world, no one gave you the rules and tools, and God gave them to me, and I'm trying to give them to you to pay attention today. You could change your life today if you wanted to, but again, it's up to you. God gave me the whole puzzle, the whole blueprint. I have it all. I can change anybody's life from A to Z and get them where they want to go. God gave me the blueprint, and I've been doing this for 50 years, 6 days a week, teaching you rules and tools to get past go. If you really want to go get it, that's your goal. You have to promise yourself something. You got to follow through. Follow through is the hardest thing people do all the time. As a division, you can actually make it work, okay? Division. So focus. There's your future. Please, it's like, Father Jesus, please let these people open their ears. Please let them open their ears and eyes, Father. Please let them understand. You gave me the blueprint. I want to try to give it to them, and I just want them to pay attention. I want them to follow through. I want them to do this in Jesus' name. Amen. There's your future. There's your future. If you would basically stop trying to be the entrepreneur, then 90% of them fail. They run out of money. They run out of money. If we wrote and went down next door, we drove by that storage unit, the car wash, the laundromat. Let's understand something. I wrote the original books 48 years ago about car wash, laundromat, and all these pieces, and dry cleaners. Well, when I was 17, I had 22,000 payphones. See, I like the word auto income. I created the word auto income. So again, if you follow through, you can actually win the game. When I had my 22,000 payphones, I was getting 6.6 million a month at 17 years old. I got sucked out of Orange Coast College into Orange Coast College from Chiweaker Junior High. They tested me 3 times. They tested me out, put me in a government shitty program as a kid. Sorry, that's what they did. That's how it worked. And went to high school. I've been studying law in the county my whole life. So I was at Orange Coast College at 14. So if we listen very carefully, and you had your LLC today, LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit PC, I would tell you flat out, we'd have 9 divisions for 9 lines of credit. I'm going to pick on the American Express card because there's no inquiry. Got it so far? I've written 67 books to let you know, and you can find them everywhere you go. That's all you have to realize, 67 books so far. I have 40 being edited right now, by the way. See, I'm one of these guys, I'm up at 1:15 in the morning every day. 1:15, I get my 3 hours sleep, that's it, maybe 4, and I'm ready to go all day, all day, all day. That's what I do. It's just been the way I've always been. So what happens? Every one of these cards represents 100,000 of credit. So if I get an American Express card here, gold or platinum, and I have 9 locations and 9 lines of credit. I have 9 divisions. I want 18 divisions because why? How it breaks down. I get 9 locations right here and 9 credit limits, okay? 9 entities. This becomes 18. In other words, 18 becomes 18 for a reason. Let's do this. I want to go to the board. I hope I don't lose you. Hopefully you don't keep scrolling. I'd like you to pay attention. I want you to focus on you today. I want you to understand something. You could actually change your life if you choose to. But again, it's a choice. It's not easy. Okay, what happens? Very simple. The goal is to never bring the pain home. That's our first goal. If this is here, this could be your LLC. Okay, there are 9 categories, LLCs. I screwed that up. Could be your LLP. It could be your C Corp, your S Corp, your nonprofit. It could be your PC. These are the categories you can pick. Nobody allows their parent company to do business, by the way, and you're trying to do something no one else does. So if I basically separate these pieces, understand something. That's LLC. There's 9 categories. An LLC could have a serious LLC series. It could be also a nonprofit. So part of an LLC could actually be a corporation. But I'd like to tell you to do something different. I'd like the LLC to become an S corporation because I want all the money absorbed by a tax ID. All the money comes to tax ID and then you get a paycheck. So way over here, unfortunately, you didn't realize there's an SS5 form. No one explained it to you. SSIN. Okay, God gave me the ability to explain things to you, and I pray to God you listen. 1040 tax return. You have the ability to listen and change your life if you choose to. Well, now, why did God give me the blueprint? I don't know. Why did I get shot 3 times and knife 6 times? I don't know. Why have I died in a coma and I was in crippled when I was 7 years old? Don't know. But again, when I wrote, is Jesus Santa Claus for grown-ups? That's what I wrote when I was a kid. I didn't know what God was about. I learned it the hard way. So what do we do? So here's $100,000 income per month, $2 million. If we want to have credit, that means each entity here would have its own SS4. SS4 times 18. There's our 18 divisions. This is 9 lines of credit. I could finance each one of these. Each one of these has its own credit file, tax ID. I could go get my apartment complex, the car wash, the books I wrote about, Wendy's, Jack in a Box, all right, from here, Carl's Jr., storage unit, the best business in the world for dummies, stock trading, silver, gold, Bitcoin. So if we understand borrow money is not taxable and we filter the money under tax ID, we can make sure we don't bring the pain home. See, the problem with you is you're so busy doing it the wrong way. I'm sorry to tell you, it's the truth. You're not listening. And it's like sometimes I have to go crazy a little bit to get you to pay attention. People look at it, he's being crazy. No, no, no. I'm just being real. I have a family. I finally got one. I finally got a wife. 21 years ago, my wife and I became one. Okay, one under God's eyes. God, family, money. I don't love money, but I know how to get millions and billions of dollars. I built 60 billion for my clients over these last years, 50 years. I've incorporated presidents in the United States of America. Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers, Angels. I'm the number 1 consultant worldwide, if you don't know that. I'm also the number 1 registered agent in the world. If you could pay attention, I could change your life. But again, you'd have to pay attention. You'd have to want it bad enough to knock off the crap. Okay? In other words, I designed this for you as a mouse pad. I designed it as a mouse pad. You could take a picture. Okay? You could actually, in the link tree, request a mouse pad. I can send you a black one, red, white, or blue. See, I spend millions of dollars sending these out to people all the time. It costs me $10 every time I send one out. Okay? If I send a million of these, I just spent $10 million. You understand that? See, I have everything I want. And I'm saying everything. Okay? I control millions and billions of dollars. I don't have anything in my name because I'm not dumb enough to do that to myself. In the future, neither are you. I want you to control everything and own nothing. You understand that? I want you to change your direction. You're trying to be an entrepreneur, it's not going to work. 90% fail because they run out of this. They run out of money. If we have one tax ID, just at Bank of America, they'll give you a bank account per division. If I have 100 divisions, they'll have me 100 bank accounts off one tax ID. If you understand the division process that I invented as a kid, I invented that in 1974. I'll say I was a kid. I was 24 years old. This is controlling 2.2 billion of real estate and assets and goodies. But that's 1,013 divisions. That's too much for you. But again, let's get started somewhere. Let's get started somewhere. Okay? If you got that mouse pad, that would be your focus. You would literally, whatever, again, whatever color you want, you'd go, this is what I'm going to do. You got to get possessed. You got to get possessed and go, I want it bad enough. I want it bad enough. And you don't stop. You don't stop. You don't stop. This world is mean and cruel. People don't care. Or your friends and family sometimes rip you off. It's like, sucks. But if you want the real truth, there's the truth. If you stayed focused, I'm online 6 days a week, have been for 50 years or in front of people. How bad you want something, it's going to be up to you. Saturday, I've dedicated myself for 50 years, 5 classes live for free, free. Literally changing lives. People learn more in one day from me than they ever learned in their lifetime. And I'm hoping you're learning something today and write it down and pay attention because you could be changing your life if you want to. But I can't force you, but I can help you. Again, that's the goal, it's the dream. If we took our LLC, LLP, C Corp, Nonprofit, PC, these are the 6 categories we can have. Only 4 of them are corporations, LLC and LP or not, unless it's a series or it's a nonprofit LLC. If we had our 18 divisions, that gives us the ability to own a business. Now, I don't understand. If I got you today, 150,000 line of credit at the bank, the 4 banks I like to play with, 150, would you not write a check, okay, for 54,500 to an escrow? Would you write a check? What that does for you is your entity now has $4,100 a month for life. Numbers don't lie. Numbers have never lied to me. I love numbers. I love numbers more than anything in this world. They've never lied to me. Not having a family as a kid sucked. Watching everybody have mommy and daddies on TV, it sucked because I didn't get that. I got screwed over. So I could always relate to books and numbers and accounting and law. This is 7,000 a month. Would you like one? Okay. Again, it's a car wash. It could be more. It could be 4,000. When someone spends $1,000 with my organization, I hand them 10,000 back. I've always wanted to give them back their damn money. I don't want their money in the first place. You don't realize I've done that for 50 years. Someone spends money, I give them money back all the time. Here's 11,000 on a card. Why not? I spent $1,000. Let's give them their money back because they don't believe something actually is going to work. They're so busy unbelieving things, it's ridiculous. I got her $75,000. We're going to go get the line of credit, Blueprint loans. Again, here's 22,000. So if we position line of credit, finance the business, would you like a storage unit that gives you 9 or 7,000 a month? See, this is forever. This is not some bull crap. This is forever. This is for, I'm going to say it 1,000 times. If you literally took my design that I've done for 50 years, creating 39 million puppet masters, you could have 18 divisions. Each division entitles you to an income. I don't want you receiving money as a person. I think people receiving money personally is called dumb. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I'd rather get you the organization to get division process to receive all money under tax ID. Tax ID. See, tax ID doesn't pay tax to what's profitable. Borrow money's not taxable. If you want to be like rich and famous people, understand they hire me all the time. They usually pay me 50,000 a day and literally 5,000 an hour. My wife calls this my hobby because I teach people for free all the time. And that's what it is. Even Guthrie Ranker accused me years ago when they're sponsoring Tony that I just want to help poor people. And I just want to help people. I don't care who they are. Okay, I want to help people. The goal would be if you want to play the game to win. That's the goal. See, that's auto income with me. We could actually design this correctly. That means if you allow my dashboard, because I'm an affiliate, to use real life credit to help you, we can do that. Okay, if you pay attention and want to go get the goal, the dream. See, I can build you $100,000 of credit. I would take your LLC and I'd probably build a bunch of these, 18 of these. I would probably go get your Chase in cards, no interest for 22 months. I'd want to line up the bank account for you, like Mindy did yesterday, put her 9 divisions there. and I want you to get checkbook money. I change lives daily, okay? Because I'm not full of crap. I actually really help people. But again, I'm the guy that set up the credit system. I'm the one who trained Ken Yarborough, TRW, at 77. All cards fluctuate, but two. It's 29%. These phony coaches out there say 30. They don't know what they're talking about. I don't like phony coaches. I like the real thing. So the reality is it's 29% is green. You want to get it to 10%. Now realize all cards fluctuate, but these two don't. See, well, for me, an American Express Gold and Platinum card, that saves my ass. I got an emergency, I'm going to jack these suckers up so my score never drops. So if I understand rules and tools like my wife, we have the same credit. My wife and I became one 21 years ago. She's my queen. Okay? It's very simple. She's Snow White. It's like I told you yesterday, honey, look at all these animals that follow you every day. Our front yard is an acre and a half. My wife is on Fantasyland because guess what? She's my queen. She became my queen 21 years ago. My goal as a man is to take care of the family, a father, okay, a husband. I sure in the hell don't want to be a husband. That's a man who's got a divorce. I wrote a show for Fox. They bought it years ago called Divorce Panel. They never put it out there because it was too much competition. It was funnier than anything he had on their plate. Understand? If you allow me to take your LLC into 18 divisions, that's what we'll do. If you take your LLP, C Corp, S Corp, Nonprofit, PC, you have 6 categories to pick. The tax ID form is very simple, up to you. What would we do? We would do this. See, a storage unit is a dummy proof business. Any dummy could own one. They're ran by management companies. It creates a paycheck. That's all it does. It creates a damn paycheck. That's what you're trying to get is a paycheck because the goal is at the end of the day, you want to pay your bills, take care of your family. You want peace of mind. You want just safety. You want to understand something. So every one of these businesses is an auto income business, as I developed in 1987 for my clients. Every one of these cards allows us a blueprint loan up to 250. Now, if today I got you a line of credit and you allow me to tell you what to do, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry. I don't ask people. I listen to what they say. I set up their goal list for them and everything else, and no problem with it. Then I tell them what to do next. I'm a very bossy person. In other words, my way works, your way sucks. Do it my way because your way sucks. Got it so far? What would we do? My original system that I created, I didn't know I was going to do this. I wrote a system because I had $1 million in the bank, and I wrote and invented something called Car Finder. I'm inventing products all the time. Hell, I took the Singer sewing machine motor, put it on my skateboard, and they took a picture in the newspaper. I was 8 years old at 181st Street. That was me in that newspaper. As a kid, I was always doing stuff like that. If you take 25,000 off a line of credit, you'd write a check to escrow. Not to me. I don't run Ponzi's. You're writing a check to the line of credit to escrow. Escrow is going to say you're going to own a piece of a laundromat, dry cleaner, car wash. Now, there's 3 people plus me because we want $100,000. We're going to buy one that's making money. We're going to put $100,000 in escrow. I'm going to write a check for $25,000. So are you. 3 of us. That's $100,000 in escrow. The escrow is going to have a management company assigned to the asset. The asset verifies you use the line of credit. They pay the proceeds first before they give you proceeds left over. In other words, they pay the bill. They will not let you get paid and you pay the bill. Hell no. They don't do it that way. They make sure that the bill is paid from escrow and the proceeds pay the payment of your line of credit, what you bought, before you get the leftover called proceeds. The proceeds on that is about $3,200 a month. You see, you got to realize numbers have never lied to me. Only people do. Oh, I've been lied to so many times as a kid, and everyone else has dealt. It's ridiculous. Numbers never lie. Only people do. I love numbers. It makes sense to me. If I put 50,000 in an escrow, here's my rules. If I got you 50,000, you can spend 25. 75, 50, 100, 75, 150, 100. You will not max yourself ever out because I won't put you in an escrow with me if you did that. No way at all. I won't allow that. Okay, again, we're going to do it my way because I'm going to make you a corporate millionaire and I'm going to make you a damn puppet master. You're going to control it all, own not a damn thing. 50,000 storage unit fourplex, about 5,600 a month. 75,000, about $7,500. Numbers never lie, only people do. Again, simple. Tap the live, share, as Nick says, push button at the top. Hell, I don't know if it's at the top or the bottom. Just push the damn button. Share. I want to try to get to 100,000 followers. What do? I hear I get a bonus. Okay. $100,000. Let's say I want to buy a Wendy's restaurant. I need $1 million. Well, I don't want to write a check for 1 million. I could, but I don't want to. How about 9 of you and I write a check from my line of credit for $100,000? Now we own a Wendy's. We get a deed of trust for a piece of the Wendy's restaurant. The proceeds after all the bills are paid are 9620. That's the average income. See, being auto income would make sense because you're trying to be an entrepreneur. You took your paycheck and you got your business started. I understand that. But when you use your own money to run a business, that's just plain dumb. I'm sorry, I don't like dumb. Every tax ID is entitled to a credit report. I established the reports in 87 under tax ID. I was a consultant for TRW for many years. They became a Aspire in 96. So I know the real rules and tools because, hell, I'm the one who set it up. Did I know TRW was going to listen to my rules and tools? Not much. We're consultants. I said oldest carb. That's it. They took the rule. I said 29%. They took the rule. Very simple. That's how it worked. From there, we did rapid rescores. Rapid rescore blocks crap. See, people were trying to close escrows and they're losing their deposits on banks and they're losing their deposits on houses. So we had to create escrows, do Fair Lending Act, and I called it granny money. They didn't basically want granny money, they called it gifted money. Are you answering any questions? Ask a question. As they're going through, I'm answering as we go, if you haven't noticed. So the bottom line is very simple as we play this game. Ask a question. Answer any question you got, please bring it on. So if I got $100,000 income into a business, we now get 9620. See, if this is your future right here is your future, okay? Let's say your parent company, again, you have LLC in Wyoming. I don't, that's a joke as far as I'm concerned, but you do what you want. The LLC should convert to an S Corp because it's the only corp that allows you to single file a tax return with you and the corp and allow you to receive all the money under tax ID. Then it says reasonable compensation. Your compensation is reasonable what it takes to pay your bills. You could actually get to the point you break even, set it up correctly. Hey, Black Knight, how you doing so far? This is Black Kinfolk. He's been a client for 35 years. His family's been 50. I love people that come back all the time. It's fun. So what do? We now have the ability, we can raise the bar based on income, based on the lifestyle we choose. See, the S Corporation to me lets you design your paycheck. That's what it does. It allows you to design your paycheck for the lifestyle you choose. That way you can break even. If we turned around and you replace yourself, stop bringing the pain home, you know, have $100,000 income per month, that would be the goal. The goal would be to focus on auto income. The auto income makes sense to me. That's the way I designed it in 1987. So the goal is like anything else. If I structure the right way, I can go get the American dream. What is the American dream? Well, going back to basics, your mommy signed a form called SS5. No one told you that. I got to sign mine when I was 14 because I was told to. That's what happened. In 1974, I was told to get my SS5. I asked the department when I filled out the form, aren't you the IRS? And the SS5 form is an IRS form. We're not the IRS. Oh, she got mad at me. Got the manager. So how does it be? You know, how long does it take? Well, it depends on you. I mean, I get people to auto income in 7 months or 8 months to a year at the most. Why would you? I mean, 12 months from now, you should have $100,000 of income if you do what you're told to do. 12 months from now, well, hell, why not? You've been trying your whole life. You're getting older, slower. You're not as pretty as you used to be. Sorry, it's true. You're 75 to 30. What? Go get it. Go get it. But it is your choice. It's like anything else. The SS5 form was not explained to us, and that pisses me off. I'd rather have people tell me what they're going to do to my paycheck versus surprise. Here's your leftover. What do you do? Then they take away all the write-offs as we the people, constitutional right, Bill of Rights. We should write off our credit cards, our car, and interest rate, and everything else, and loans, whatever. Can't write diddly squat. Do not blame gave it to the rich and famous because they did not. Rich and famous always had it. Your goal is to shut up and join them. Be quiet and join them. Our SS5 form is where the IRS bonds us for $35 million apiece, and it's federally mandated. Every woman delivers a baby has to sign the SS5 for the baby. Maybe you signed yours like I did when I was a kid. But the goal is it's taxed. Our paycheck is taxed. We get the leftover, and we don't get explained that it's what's happening to us. We get to go, what? That's about it. If we have a house payment, unfortunately, one of my clients says, sell me the water, don't buy a house. It's silly, makes no sense. House payment lets you recycle your paycheck for 24 months to get your money back, or excuse me, 24 years to get your money back on your tax return. So you have to have a house. You have to. because it recycles the paycheck to get your money back they took from your paycheck. It's the only way it works. Simple. If we have the SS4, tax ID, EIN, LLC, S Corp, C Corp, I don't care as long as you have it. If you don't have it, Linktree, it's there for free. I've given it for free for 50 years. Why not? So do I add my trade line into my S Corp or my LLC? Okay, or the business funding. Well, the LLC should be parent company or the S corp. You don't need both, but again, I got to figure out what you have both. What are you trying to do with both of those at the same time? I'd focus on S corp if you're making money. If not making money, LLC until you make money. Again, this is why we have phone calls all the time with people and coaching classes and all kinds of fun stuff. So what do we do? If we took 18 divisions, okay, and let's pretend we have one tax ID, only one, Bank of America will give you a bank account per one tax ID. How many divisions you have? Here's 18 right here. This can represent up to $2.7 million of credit. Okay, so we understand. So again, credit cards give you a line of credit. What does this mean? If I get the gold or platinum cards, like I showed you, they entitle you to a blueprint loan for 250,000. If I got Chase cards, inks, up to 350,000 in my hand, I can get that to a line of credit. Banks will give you up to 150, which is a good thing as well. But again, as we structure this, what are we trying to do? See, the main thing today is like anything else. Let's say today you need to put your personal credit back on track. There's the only book on the planet that tells you the truth of the Fair Lending Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act. I've written 67 books. It's 20 bucks. It's a download. This get your free download, okay? It's winning the credit game. Understand? When I wrote Winning the Game of Business, I wrote this first one, verse one, phase one, when I was 14, put it out there when I was 16. Everyone thought I was 22, 23 years old. I had a beard at 12. I was driving since I was 12 anyway. Winning the credit game is going to help you put your credit back on track and not be a crook. You will probably see some of my Lamborghini collections as well. See, in my car collection, I used to lease it out to what? The magazines and movies, all kinds of fun stuff because I had 21 cars in the car collection. Why not? I mean, every car is a division. So take the time, download that for 20 bucks today. It's very simple. Get your copy. Don't try to do credit repair, please. Repair means they're going to remove something negative and you probably didn't pay your bill. You're going to be a crook. And it's just not the way to do it. You have to be honoring your debt. You have to honor your debt. If you want to understand personal credit more than anything, you'd get basically here, starting out right for you and your kids. It's 10 bucks. You see, I wrote this in dedication to my attorney and friend and my professor, Harold Stokes. He passed away. He asked me to change the world once, and I always thought I could. So again, starting out, it's $9.99. It's a link tree. And just go get it. Years and years ago on the credit bureaus, TRW, Spear and Trenchant, and Equifax, you would see consumer credit counseling, one of my companies. I've been around 50 years, ladies and gentlemen. 50 years, 6 days a week, helping people. You'll verify if you want. Bonaventure, 32 years in a row, second largest advertiser. Just telling the truth, rules and tools. See, this is my 50th year. This is my last and final year to do 6 days a week. I'm training my coaches to take over me. I promised my beautiful queen I'd take her on a business trip next year. I will be coaching my 50 people I still coach. See, I got to write it off. So I got to justify the business trip. So again, that's something you could do today if you want to as well. What do we do? Bonaventure, just understand, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, Bonaventure, Los Angeles, every Thursday, every Saturday in Long Beach Marriott. You can verify that I'm the oldest coach, the original coach in the first place, doing millions and billions of dollars. And I won the award literally for being the second largest advertiser in California for many years. So again, you get to play the game as well. Just want to change the world. Now, I'd like you to do something today for yourself, would you please? Very simple. I'd like you to turn around and call this phone number. See, I want you to understand you're being sold on the national mailing list. See, people aren't telling you the rules and tools because they don't know themselves. These phony coaches are just phonies. 888-567-8688. What does that mean? This is the national mailing list being sold on the dark web. You could opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. I would tell you to have your utility bills and credit cards automatic payment today, auto pay. I'd make sure you paperless. Then I'd tell you to make on your payments or your credit cards a weekly or biweekly payment to get it down to 10%. Remember, 29% is green. It's not 30. These phony coaches keep saying 30. I wrote the rules and tools. In 1978, I created something called Rapid Rescore. All right, we had to get people to close escrows. I've been around a long time, people, and I create rules and tools, and I love numbers because numbers don't lie to me, only people do. A rapid refresh blocks your crap, pushes your score up, gets you new credit is, maybe you reduce your debt to ratio. That's the goal. If you want to reduce debt to ratio, that would be the goal. So again, like I said, tap to live, share the live, get me to my 100,000 followers I'm trying to get to, because I hear I get a bonus of that. I got 73,000 followers so far in 28 weeks. Now, if you want to call with me, we call it a blueprint call. A blueprint call with me is like a half hour. I'd want an hour with you, to be honest with you, you and your partner of life. I like to talk about your past, present, future. I like to build your goal list for you. And then also, if you want 10,000 credit, I do that as well as a bonus. So you take a picture, you decide what you want to do. So understand, today you could actually change your life if you want to. Here's my schedule. Okay, take a picture. It does not change. My schedule is very simple. I'm online multiple times on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 5 classes. I like giving class for a reason because it changed lives. I like basically knowing all the things that I know. Again, many years ago, when I was sucked out of Tewico Junior High from Orange Coast College, I was nominated as one of the smartest people on the planet. How's that? Recall, or a total recall. Right, both hands talk at the same time. But I stutter once in a while. That's just the way it is. And the bottom line is I rhyme too. So we get to play the game. So again, we play my way because it makes sense. I like my way. Sorry, I don't like your way. Every Monday I do a Zoom meeting, which I did yesterday for people who just want questions about coaching. I want to answer their questions. What I always find out is when I wrote 67 books so far, if I don't make myself accessible for the person, how can they ask questions about the book? Any ding dong can write a book, but it's like anything else. These books about trust are crap out there. So what you could do for you today is call the office. The office opens at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right now it's only 5:07 in the morning, 5:07, okay? So it's simple. You cannot write off the Rolex. You cannot write off the haircut, the chef at home, and all the wedding and all the crap. I have one of these to match every shirt, by the way, because I have everything I want. But it's not mine. It belongs to the corporation, irrevocable trust. So you call the number. Now, I know you're going to have an excuse. Now, understand, I moved 24 times by the time I'm 11 and a half years old. A lot of crappy people. I didn't get my mommy and daddy like you did. I got screwed over. I ate out of a trash can at 3, and everybody just walked by me. They didn't give a damn. First time I was shot in the back, 8 years old. We were driving my mini bike to the field. He shot me in the back with an assault rifle. It's like a shotgun. All right, he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I shot the wrong kid." All right, he shot the wrong kid. I'm the wrong kid. Damn. I'm just driving through my mini bike. I've been knifed 6 times. I had to go to school in Watts Torrance and Long Beach. When you find out you're born in a taxi, mommy gave you a girl's name, it kind of sucks. But you learn to fight. And that's what I had to do my whole life. So again, what do we do? How do you make money together in real estate? Well, I'm the coach for Carlton Sheets people, Dave Delgado and Russ Dalby, if you don't know that. I was coaching the coaches' coaches. How's that? So getting real estate and all kinds of fun stuff as well. We could play the game. So again, I'm just going to tell you the truth, and that's what you can do for yourself. My first coma, I was crippled. I begged God to let me walk. He did. And I got to break the world record for the highest kick. Last coma in 2009, I got to die. They stole my 3.7 billion of structure. I had to go get it again. Is that how it works? So guess what? There's no excuse. There's never been an excuse for anybody. There's me, the highest kick on the planet in 81. White men do jump, just stupid people say we don't, by the way. When I wrote at 12 years old, see it, believe it, go get it, because that's what I did. At 12 years old, see it, believe it, go get it. That's what I'm doing. I don't know if you like goodies, but I like goodies. You like goodies? See, I've been getting goodies my whole life, but it's division process. I can show you the harbor, the mansion, and the U-Dock, and the goodies, and the goodies, and goodies, and the helicopters, and all the Lamborghinis too. But again, the goal is going to be up to you. It's like when I drive the Duffy over to Captain Jack's with my beautiful queen. I can't ride her up, but I can ride up the Duffy. Again, it's got a marketing tool, Raven Rose University. It's just the truth. The yachts, the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, the goodies, the helicopters. See, I like goodies. Do you like goodies yet? See, this is division process. How do you accumulate things? Divisions have separate tax IDs. Liabilities separate the ability, how to play the game to win. See, you can play the game anytime you want to. When we took that yacht out July 4th, 2009, I got to come back the next morning and die in a coma. I died at 5:41. My tax guys, one of my tax guys sold my 3.7 billion. It's not fair. But that's just how it happens. So today, if you want to change your life, it's pretty simple. 800-254-9506. You could actually change your life. You could follow me on TikTok. You can get the class. I'm online 6 days a week, helping people understand how it works every step of the way. That's what it works. Again, follow, tap the live, share the live. Nick says do this. What does that mean? If the live, I guess there's a button at the top and the bottom. I don't know. I've been on TikTok for 28 weeks, okay? I've been writing checks for millions and millions of dollars for radio and TV. I'm nationwide on Sirius Radio and all kinds of stuff. And what I do is very simple. I basically want to try TikTok, see how I can help people. I have to get used to it because I don't like the scrolling and I don't like the phony coaches. So if you really want the book about getting your credit back on track, it's called Winning the Game of Credit. Simple, it's 20 bucks. It's in the link tree. If you want to, it's very simple. We can help you structure. And if you get into any programs, understand something. What's the number again? Right there. 800-254-9506. And a lot of people put it up for me as well. I appreciate that. I have all these people that are clients and non-clients helping me all the time. It's amazing because again, when it comes to TikTok, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm trying to get him to quit scrolling, pay attention. It's like, ay, ay, ay. Look at all these phony coaches with wrong information. I don't get that. But I guess it's not regulated. This will help you understand personal business credit, personal credit actually for $9.99. Schedule is very simple. I want you to always remember something, okay? My goal is to make sure you look in the mirror. You look in the mirror and you put yourself in check. I've always done it my whole life, ever since I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, I was 2.5 years old. I was crying my eyes out looking in the mirror. I realized that day. If I got up at 225, the abuser couldn't get me. So I got used to abuse a kid and it just pissed me off. My mommy put me in a trash can. She didn't give a crap. But again, I put myself in check ever since that day. Ever since that day, I'm up at 1:15 in the morning to 2:20 because I just programmed myself that way. It's how it is. I don't want you to look at your birth certificate today. Why? Because I want you to find mommy's maiden name. If you find mommy's maiden name on your birth certificate, you verify and you validate it. Don't just because you know it. Then you look at your SS5 form. The SS5 is real. Mommy signed the form when you were born. That's why it gives the IRS the ability to bond us up to 35 million apiece. They tax your paycheck. They look at your paycheck and they tax it before what? The employer took the money for the IRS first before they gave you your paycheck because they have the SS5 on SS4 on what? Excuse me, SS5, SSN on file. It said do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and don't carry with you, and you do it anyway. You break all the rules because nobody explained it to you. Maybe today you can understand your SS5, SSN 1040 tax return. Maybe you can focus on that. Maybe you could take that SS4 form and go get your 18 divisions. And you can understand a corporation's a legal person. But why? It has the ability to finance itself. It's as illegal as we are. It has more write-offs than we do. It has all the write-offs. We have nothing besides a house payment. Again, that's what we get to do. Patreon will let you get into the program as well, and you get to go to courses and all kinds of stuff. So again, what do? The S is for 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. Again, that's the employer. No, that's his employer. That's your company. All right, the employer. Your LLC, LLPC, Corp Nonprofit PC. The division can have its own tax ID. You can have your own tax ID to receive money in the first place if you played the game. You have to realize it's banking and credit purposes. If we compare the two, SS4, and SS5, we can understand how it works. That's why I like your S corporation to be S, single filing, get a paycheck. Your LLC to be what? An LLC to be an S corp, you get a paycheck. It says simple, reasonable compensation. If we have a problem, see, the problem would be very simple. I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not the corp of my family. I don't want to hurt my family. I finally got one. I finally got a wife and 6 kids and 13 grandkids. I finally got something you got. I don't take it for granted. So if I have my SS5 SSN, I will bankrupt a division, not a corporation of my family. I won't bring the pain home like you. I'm sorry, it's not allowed to. I will never do that ever in my whole life. I can't. Even dying from a coma, came back and built $1 million credit in 6 weeks. My wife lives, all right, like, fantasy land. All right, Snow White. She has all her animals following her in her front yard's an acre and a half. It's just, we're going to take a picture. I told my wife the other day, I got to film this. People don't believe this, okay? You and your goodies and your dogs and all the things you want to save. My wife wants to rescue every kid and every animal in the world. She wants to rescue them all. Well, she's got the space. Why not? So this actually gives us the ability to play the game. This is American Express. We'll get you a blueprint loan off of a card. There's the Patreon thing as well. As you said, someone wanted a copy. It's in the link tree. This is where you get workbooks. This is where we're going to do courses and all kinds of stuff. You can keep learning the rest of your life and understand how to master it. Master the rules and tools are the most important thing. See, you're trying to let your LLC or C corporate nonprofit PC actually do business. No rich and famous person will let their parent company do business. They own companies. That's the goal. See, 99% of businesses fail now because of lack of money. What do? Structure builds finance and dream. So always has, always will. We can structure finance in the dream. That's the goal. If we actually took time to build that blueprint right there, okay, for instance, let's take a piece of paper right now for the fun of it, and let's think what we could do. We could actually create an entity, okay? You have one today. You have your entity, okay? Let's understand. You probably have an LLC, all right? If they sue that house that owns a LLC, they would sue you and your spouse. When you listen to phony coaches talk about, well, they get the LLC in the building, they don't get that. Stop. You signed for the loan. If these houses have loans, which you know they do, they sue the LLC, they sue you and your spouse, and now you're stuck with the loan. Now you're in bankruptcy. So these phony coaches don't tell you the truth. Sorry. The LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit PC. See, way over here, you have to remember something. You have an SS5 form, SSN and 1040 tax return. Your paycheck is taxed, you get the leftover. The only way to get your paycheck back, any part of it, is having a house payment because for 24 years it's interest only. So this is basically what they tax you, this and this and this, and no one's connecting your dots for you. See, God gave me the whole puzzle, the whole blueprint as a kid. I've been teaching and preaching this for 50 years. Okay? You became one husband and wife. That's what you did. The car you drive today, you're the registered owner. I'm sorry, that's called dumb. You're not dumb, but you're doing dumb, da da dum dum. They bump a car, you're the registered owner. They sue you and they sue your spouse. Now you're in a rabbit hole. Now you have a deposition. Now you have a retainer. These bloodsucker attorneys steal all your money anyway. The registered owner should be a division of a corporation. Let's understand. Your driver's license, insurance registration should be in a mailbox address. In Florida, they want you to have your car registered to you because the car is your car. If it's a corporate car, you don't have to do that. You can circumvent that too. So understand something. If I'm a registered owner of a car, okay, I'm a duck and a sheep. If the division is the registered owner, I can get rid of the piece and keep the other pieces. You see, we have to realize we have to plan the problem. When you don't plan the problem, you get your assets kicked. When you have three divisions, that's 300,000 a credit, 30,000 a month. Six divisions, 600,000, 60,000 a month. Nine divisions, 900,000, 100,000 a month. See, I put the formulas all together for the last 50 years. Before I died in that coma, I had 39 million millionaire puppet masters. Simple. We become a puppet master. 9 lines of credit. All right. We own a gas station with a storage unit, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr., apartment complex, stock, trading, silver, gold, Bitcoin. We have properties. Okay, we do that. We become a puppet master. See, that's your future if you put your act together. You're so busy being you. I'm sorry, you're being wrong. You do it your way. I'm sorry, your way sucks. Always has, always will. Future, auto income. It's a mouse pad. In the link tree, click the thing. You want a black one, red, or blue? Pick a color. Hey, I'll spend my $10 for you. Okay? All right? Because I do that all the time. I'll spend millions of dollars to do that. It's marketing. What do? Well, 18 divisions, no problem. $100,000 per division. Why not? Per division. That would create $1 million company, 1,200,000, by the way. In 12 months from now, you could have a company doing 1,200,000, and you would break off even, get a paycheck. This allows you a blueprint loan. Because people get stuck, for some of my coaching people, I allow them to use my petty cash account sometimes. Not last month, I had to do the new one for last month. It was even bigger. Month before, it's 402,000. See, your goal today is to understand If you need a calling card, I'm there because I don't let someone hurt my clients. I want to make sure I give my opinion at least. From there, I have this. This is $10 million showing we've allocated 10 million for escrows if you want to play. But again, you get the choice. Maybe you want group coaching with 4 people. Maybe you want private coaching with a specialist. Maybe you want coaching with me, wait on the waiting list because I have only one opening coming up. The rest are sold out. Maybe you want the 18 divisions. Maybe you realize you spent thousands on crap that didn't work. Maybe you turn around today. And what do? We spend 8,000 bucks. What do? I give you 50,000 back, put you in an escrow. 3 months later, you paid yourself back anyway. Every program I've ever done, I always give money back because that's the ultimate goal. Because I didn't want your money in the first place. 11,000 for 6 months, 14, 15,000 for 9 months, 20,000 for a year. That's me. They have other coachings that are a little cheaper than that, but that's okay for you. Schedule. What do? Check the schedule, make a copy, check it, tap the screen, give me the loves and everything else. Share the live, and help me get 100,000 followers. Rapid rescore, what does it do? Blocks crap, pushes scores up and away, and reduces your debt to ratio. What do? Get a blueprint call with me. Let me set up. You want to make 20%? Make 20%. It's in the link tree. You can actually be an affiliate. That's how it works. Every Monday, I do this at 4 o'clock for the fun of it. So we get to play the game. We get to play to win. So I tell you to tap the live, share the live, share the live. Follow me on TikTok. Share the live, have fun. Give me the 100,000 followers just for the fun of it. And then you get stuck with me up to 6 days a week. 800-254-9506. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go check 19 bank accounts and have more fun. Call the office here. It's only 5:21 in the morning, 5:21, simple. Again, 800-254-9506. You get to play the game. You get to talk to a specialist when they get in. So have a great and blessed day. Always remember God, family, money. God, family, money. Keep in mind, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Never, ever, ever forget God loves us all. All right, people on YouTube, have some fun, fun, fun. That was fun. Let's have some more fun today. Give a hold of that phone call, 800-254-9506. Let everybody at the office hold your hand, sing kumbaya, and get you past go. The ultimate goal. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget the end of the